blood clot. I had a blood clot right here where I almost died. And so, yeah.
Damn, man. I'm glad you're okay. That's
Me too.
good.
I'm chilling now, yeah. Do you have any fucking idea what I'm dealing with right now?
Does it hurt? Yeah. Yeah, it does hurt. It hurts a lot.
Like, here's how it's going to go down. She's like, all of you are going to go for it. 10 of you are going to get it. 5 of you are going to get to keep it. Maybe 2 or 3 of you will be happy.
I just started getting like a sliver of success in comedy.
Like what B stands for bitches. That's not gonna cut it though.
The B stands for boys' butts.
It's like a peach fuzz mustache. It is. May I?
Give it a feel. It was cool to be able to talk to Adam Ray when he was at my home club 3E's. He was telling me that he has this Dr. Phil idea, and I'm like, what? The freaking voicemail from Bill Burr. JJ Alexander Show. We're live.
It would be funny if there's just a hot dog on the ground. Yeah. That'd be good. Just some slurping some dog.
That's crazy. His feet look way too big for his body.
Cole?
Yeah. No, well, the dog.
The Cole, yeah, Cole does it.
Cole's a proportionally
Cole,
sized man.
What size shoe are you? What size shoe are you, Cole? I'm just curious. Oh, that's what I am too.
Respect, same, yeah.
Dude,
all right, fellas.
Dude, size 11s, dude. We can all do a sneaker swap. Kale's probably 13.
Those are clean as hell.
Caleb.
We gotta get Caleb.
Fuck yeah,
we
dude.
gotta get Caleb.
We
Caleb
only
Cam.
allow people with size 11 feet
shoes
on the podcast. Dude.
Men with size 11 shoes.
Or women with men's size 11 shoes. It's just boys and then women with huge feet. That's our audience.
Who's on
we
the
were
TV?
looking up Caleb's type. That's what we were, and I'm like, yeah, of course that's your type. That's an unobtainable standard of beauty.
Based off of how you dress, I bet that's your type.
Yeah, dude. Caleb looks so good.
No
like,
disrespect.
Like, I don't want to go out to with Caleb at a bar.
You look
like, why would they talk?
You look like you were wearing the most expensive things in the Dick's Sporting Goods all at the same time.
Dude, Caleb looks freaking good as hell. Are we going? Are we live? Let's rock. Okay. Dude, welcome to the pod, brother.
Thank
Cheers
you.
Cheers that Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper,
let me.
bro.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh
Bust
fuck.
it
I wasn't. Yeah. Bust it open.
What's your bang in there?
What's your?
All right. Fuck.
Dude,
All right.
I got in a full-blown fight with my ex-girlfriend because I shot her with the straw at like a nice restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, at a nice restaurant.
Did the straw hurt? Oh, that's crazy.
Dude,
I can taste the cherry.
There's not cherry in there.
Well, there's 23 different flavors making up Dr. Pepper.
Google what flavors are in Dr. Pepper.
There's no fucking way cherry.
Caleb, pull that
Do we
up.
need to do an itch?
Caleb, pull that up.
Caleb, pull it up.
No, you don't have to. It's
Should
okay.
we, is there an intro to
No, man. We just
What's
have
the
fun.
podcast called?
JJ Alexander Show, man.
Oh, sick.
We
Fuck
just
yeah.
have fun.
The JJ Alexander Show.
No way. God,
I told you.
Caleb is
23
Dr. Pepper is a flavor of Dr. Pepper. Jeez Louise.
Amaretto, which is just cherry. Let's see. Ginger, black licorice, juniper berries.
Juniper? I hardly know it. Come on.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper
Cola cherry.
Dr. Pepper cherry is a flavor.
It's just they put more cherry than the rest of everything else. But they still add the rest of the other flavors. It's not.
I talked about Dr. Pepper on like literally 9 different podcasts.
That's crazy.
It just happens.
That Dr. Pepper cherry is a little crazy. That's kind of like if Coke had like a Coca-Cola.
Coca.
Or like a Coca-Cola. There's like more cola than the Coca in this one.
Definitely. I don't understand why they got to put clove in there. What's clove? What does that mean?
It's like people smoke cloves or used to. Used to be. Look at me. This is my camera.
Yeah.
You used to be able to smoke cloves and it was fine.
Then the U.S. government got involved,
So-
ruined all the fun.
So that's history for you.
Have you
Watching at home?
Yeah,
So-
no one in here can.
Can I get a graphic with Evan's first history fact? You used to be able to smoke cloves and it was fine.
It was fine. We used to be able to do coke, dude. That was a good. That's when America was at its best.
They'd
Just
say you-
cowboys do. Well, that wasn't when the best. There was some bad things that happened in cowboy times. It was really not
Like what?
like all of the Indian stuff. That was bad.
What Indian stuff?
Trail of Tears and all that stuff. That was bad.
I never heard of that. No.
Hey, Caleb, pull that up.
I'll be goddamned. Hold on. The Trail of
What?
Tears. Hold on. Wait.
No.
Trail of Tears was an ethnic cleansing? Oh my God! Forced displacement of approximately 60,000 people. I'll be damned.
That was kind of a bad.
I'm kidding. I know all about that. That was old Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson sucks. Dude.
Did you know when he died, he was 6'4" and 145 pounds? Fucking string bean president.
Dude, I like my presidents thick. I want to be.
Give me William Howard Taft.
That would be really funny. Like we should just elect the heaviest person in America to be president. That's how we should pick. I would trust it more.
I swear to God that Teddy Roosevelt. I feel like,
dude.
There we go.
More like Teddy.
He had a bullet made of lead in his chest from a duel he lost, and then they were prescribing him mercury pills for it, and so that's. He was just, and like you can see it in his haircut. He was just losing his mind being president.
That's true, man.
Look at that shit.
I know, like, there's like a lot of like libertarian people really love Andrew Jackson because he hated the banks, and then they're like, but just if you put aside the Trail of Tears, it's like their argument. I'm like, that's a bad argument, man.
It's a really lofty thing to put aside.
So if we put that aside, if we just look at the Federal Reserve,
it's really.
If you look at the fractional
that one's
reserve,
really on par up there with. If you put aside the murder, O.J. Simpson was a hell of a running back.
He was objectively, that is a true statement.
If we look at O.J.'s legacy and we just ignore the murder,
great actor. He is like pull up O.J. and the Naked Gun, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, movie.
Caleb's working really hard. I'm sorry.
O.J. got the Naked Gun. Kareem did Airplane.
Dude, the Airplane is objectively, I think, one of the funniest movies.
I think so. I think a lot of people. I've seen that on articles. That sounds like a Variety article I've seen.
It's like Airplane is the funniest movie ever made. That's actually a very good question. What's your favorite comedy movie?
My favorite comedy movie? That's a toughie. Oh, my favorite comedy movie. I don't know. I love Airplane. The Naked Gun for sure. I love that humor.
So good.
I always go back to Monty Python. I'm always like the Holy Grail. I'm always able to watch that and always laugh at it. And so that Goofy holds up.
Goofy movie?
Goofy is timeless humor. I think
Goofy is
Goofy movie. Yes.
Goofy
like,
movie.
Because I'll go back. Like I even watch like Blazing Saddles. Love Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Anything Mel. I think I love.
Mel Brooks. Do you ever watch the documentary about his life? It's very interesting.
He's one of the greatest Jews of all time.
At least top five. At least top five.
And so what's that? This is a Jew. This is my pendant I wear that makes it that I show anytime I share an opinion like that. Because I'm not Jewish, I just really respect them, and so that's why I wear it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You're like, I'm not Jewish. I'm just a big fan.
I did have some lady,
massive fan.
I did say some lady came into my coffee shop one day. And she asked me about it, and I told her, gave her the whole spiel. I was like, it's a Jewish thing. And she goes, oh my God, are you Jewish? And I was like, oh no, I'm just a fan. This looks so fucking sick. This is
such a dope design. Such a joke.
My favorite one I get, a lot of people think it's a pie, like the symbol.
100% thought you were just a really big fan of like the irrational number.
Big arithmetic guy.
Being Jewish and arithmetic like this.
Big fucking, oh yeah. Love figures.
Love a good pi symbol.
What else? Like a Gemini. My favorite one was a guy came in and he asked me, he's like, what is that? I was like, it's a high. It means that. He goes, yeah, my buddy used to wear a kai.
What's like a kai? What's a kai?
I was like, why did you ask if you had already decided what it was?
I respect that. Like, just if you just say things with enough confidence, most of the time people will go along with it. Like, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
That's sick. I get that tattooed on me.
You could have told me any.
Pretty dope.
I don't even know what the hell that is. That's crazy. The Greeks. Those kooky characters.
I do like the Greeks. The Greeks invented wrestling. I'm a big wrestling guy. But not like WWE wrestling. Really like folk style,
Olympic
style,
folk style wrestling.
That does sound like a racist thing.
You take a bunch of mud, get a couple of pigs to go at it, and then.
Like literally, there's like this guy named, I think it's Rulon Gardner. He was like he's upset like this Russian guy. Is like, yes, Rulon Gardner. He is like the most famous like American wrestler.
Is this like the Usain Bolt of wrestling guy?
Not really. He only won one gold medal at the 2000 Olympics, and he upset this Russian guy who won. Like, look at that. Look at the difference between his body and that Russian's body.
They both look
that
like
guy. That guy on the right has the body that I want, and he has the body that I have. That's what. And he beat him. And he beat him. And the thing is, like, they were interviewing him. He's like, "How do you train?" And he's like, "Well, I work on a hog farm, and I'll go tussle with them." And versus this Russian guy that's like, "I have been training for 30 years."
Created in a lab by Vladimir Putin.
It's like, I was built in test tube.
When I was 7, my family was kidnapped, and I was told to wrestle to ever see them again.
Yeah, that's literally it. And then Roland Garros like, I got a couple pigs in my backyard. And I met him. I have a picture. There's a picture of me. He's a big boy. Yeah. He's a big boy. I met him at the Colorado JJAS State Wrestling Tournament. That's great. This is my t-shirt.
Wow, there you go. My
wrestling t-shirt.
I have a story that I feel like would resonate with.
Yes.
So anybody who would hear that and be like, Gardner. I have. When I went to Monster Jam when I was a kid, I got a flag signed by Gravedigger, or the guy who drove Gravedigger, but he signed it.
The truck signed it?
He signed the guy who drove Gravedigger in cursive signed it as Gravedigger.
I respect that.
It's like an avatar thing with them, I think. I think you are Gravedigger up until you're not, and then it's like a legacy. So it's like the Pope. There's one Gravedigger at all times. Oh my God! I think Gravedigger has a wife.
You only stop being Gravedigger once you die, or there's a sex scandal. It's the only time you stop being Gravedigger.
It's like the Pope. It's like the Pope.
Gravedigger II is actually on leave due to some accusations that have happened. Dude, I do think the Pope Mobile is sick. Can you pull up the Pope Mobile? Pope Mobile. This is the best, dude. I really hope that
they do this. Yeah, in case didn't one of them get shot, and so they made this.
The freaking Pope Mobile's a Lambo, dude. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Look at the Pope just being dripped out.
Mercedes.
Dude. Yeah, I heard that the age of consent in the Vatican is 16. I'm not sure if that's true.
You heard that?
I did. I Googled it one time.
Oh, okay.
So I believe it.
I'd be like, where are you? Where they're just talking about that.
We go to open mics. That's like the number one topic of conversation. You go to an open mic. You go to an open mic. It's like, you know what? Like, it's like people like you're just talking about like the dumbest thing. Like me and Thad were talking about like the noises we make when we come. We talked for about an hour about it. And I was like, I'm just like Bowser in there. I'm like, oh, just that. And then he was like, I come like Mario, and he's like, oh, and like, yeah. Or that's Mario.
And that crushed on stage? No, that was just what you guys were talking about.
We were just talking. We did do it on stage. I'm like, I'll do the bit if you do it.
I'll do the bit. What is this? Higher than vast majority of countries set there. So the vast majority, only 4 countries.
Oh, Vatican City 18. Good for them.
Well, you got to figure they have to. They of all people.
They should be like 30.
On paper, those guys really got to have their shit together because they... If there's nobody who has room to fudge the lines on something like that, it's definitely
the Vatican.
The Vatican, the Catholics, the Catholics.
Very pretty. Have you ever been to Europe?
No.
Hell yeah.
I've been to
USA. Never leave. Don't go anywhere.
Never leave.
That should be the America's slogan.
Yeah, USA. Don't leave.
It doesn't get better.
Don't come here either. That's
don't come here.
Nobody come here. Nobody leave. We like it just the way it is.
Exactly the same.
No sidewalks either. No sidewalks. USA. No sidewalks.
No bike lanes.
No bike lane.
No bike lanes. USA, dude.
Oh, that dog with the weird feet's here. No one else can see it, but there's a dog.
There is a dog here. Yeah, it's a good dog.
I bet. Just one part of it's like, and it's not the whole body, but one part of its body is under or oversized.
Oh,
and I can't
Nita, come on. What a rascal. This takes us off the rails a lot.
This is, yeah.
What a little goofball.
What sort of fucking circus are you running here, Jason?
A pretty big one.
A goddamn animal just...
I literally, I do. I wish it was a raccoon. That would be fun to do. Like I should book like a really like boring guest. I think that like I could like interview
just
like someone that like works at the Air Force Academy, like a military general. Be like, I'd love to ask you a couple questions about like how your role.
I like that in your mind, getting the underwhelming boring guest that you could just get is like
the general of the Air Force.
There's a which I don't even know if that's what they call. Does the Air Force get their own like Navy as admiral?
They have a general. This
is
is general. Yeah, so like I'd interview like a high-ranking Air Force person and then just do shenanigans. Like Eric Andre, just be like, so this is the show Raccoon. We just have a raccoon here.
Yep.
And just like let it loose.
Yeah.
Like maybe just start like eating Jell-O halfway
I
through.
would put a sack of money in the middle, and over the course of 10 minutes, be like, every 10 minutes, so if you let me grab your gun and just hold it, you can have all the money.
I was thinking about interviewing a cop. Like I think that would be fun. Just be like, what's your deal? What's going on? Just like ask some good questions. I'm like,
ask some good questions to the cop.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why do DUIs need to happen? Like it used to be that we could just have fun and no one got hurt.
Well, it's because because of the people who were bad at it, drunk driving.
Absolutely.
And that's like forklift certification. There's a minute portion of the population that just can't get it right, and when they do, it's devastating for everyone else. And there's no way to control for that, so we just blanket. Everyone's got to get forklift certified. No one can drink and drive.
Yeah. Well, I got drunk on a forklift. I got an
And
FUI, dude.
that's a
forklift
double,
under the influence.
That's it, and that's in legal terms they call that a double whammy.
Double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy. So.
Double jeopardy, dude.
Da 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 da.
Is that when you you can't get tried for the same crime?
That's when you get to bet up until half of all the money you've gotten to that point in jeopardy on a question in the category that's supposed to be harder than the rest. And if you get it right, you get all that money. If you get it wrong, you lose it. And then Alex Trebek always used to go, "No, I'm sorry." Like he didn't have the answer on a fucking card right in front of him. Like he knew. And he didn't, though. He had a card. He had a card that told him everything, but on TV, they won't let you believe that. So
you know how Trebek actually memorized all the questions beforehand?
No, he didn't. I won't give them. I won't give him that. How do I know?
You know.
We're lionizing him in death, and it's not. We should remember him for the man that he was.
Oh,
Trebek? He's been dead, right?
I had no idea he died. That's such a...
Did you just learn that?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh yeah, he's been dead for what? They got the. Yeah, there he is.
Dude,
America's sweetheart.
Fox of a wife, dude. Good for you, Alex.
Alex Trebek.
Had a boy.
George Alexander Trebek, OC, the original Canadian. That's great. Super easy now.
Had a boy, dude.
I really just need a shovel at this point, or a hammer to break the urn.
Dude, can you look up Robert De Niro's girlfriend?
Really?
Robert De Niro's girlfriend is literally like 50 years older than him, I think. Girlfriend.
Robert De Niro's girlfriend's 50 years older than him? No. Damn. All right, Robert.
Dude, hell yeah.
I did not know he had that in his bag.
I
did not know he had that in his wheelhouse.
Robert, I was unfamiliar with your game.
That's
Dude, Tiffany Chen. How old is Tiffany Chen? 45.
as long as they're happy.
That's a 35-year age difference.
40. Gotta be, right? 35?
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Well, couple more years, Tiffany.
Hey.
That'll be all yours.
Yeah, dude. We have a good time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, like, how do I know that my wife has even been born yet? You know?
Well,
You don't. You don't know. I don't know. 35 years. 35 years old. He's 80 and they're married.
For all I know, she's...
So all I know, she's not even a thought yet. My wife's parents haven't even met at this moment in time.
Because they're two of my friends who I'm hoping get together. And
That's
so
true.
down the line, I get
That's evil. Like,
that's evil, yes.
No, I wouldn't know them. I'm saying I would date someone.
I wouldn't date one of my fucking friends' kids. Just like, I don't know, someone our age.
Like maybe in 30 years. You don't know what's going to happen in 30 years. Maybe the apocalypse happens. It probably will.
I've been counting on that.
Yeah, I'm really hoping. I hope the apocalypse happens and I don't have to clock in at Dutch Bros on Wednesday.
Dutch Bros.
I'm working at Dutch Bros, dude.
There you go.
Dutch Bros.
There you go.
It'll be a fun time. I'm just going to start spilling coffees, man.
Good.
And then I'm going to get in their car and I'll be like, hey, can I help you clean this up?
Yeah.
And then just make some small talk.
Anytime they get mad, you mean, do you have any fucking idea what I'm dealing with right now?
Can you not?
Look
That's
behind
a very
you. Look behind. Do you know why we sent that fucking teenager half a mile away from the shop to get your order 20 minutes ago? It's because by the time you get here, shit's fucked. So can you fucking just be chill for 5 seconds?
I don't think I'd say that. I'm very afraid of conflict.
Sure.
I think because that's what everyone
Do you
told
want to
me.
practice conflict right now?
No. No, we're gonna practice right now.
Okay, what if I said something like, hey, this is supposed to be chocolate?
Oh, I can fix that up for you.
Yeah? Thanks.
Oh, my pleasure.
You did great. Do they make you say my pleasure?
No, I just do.
Good. Oh, that's nice.
I say my pleasure. Like I was hosting at the Denver Improv this weekend. Pretty sweet.
Did you like it there?
Dude, it was packed.
Here's-
Not my crowd for sure. It was for Guy Torrey, who's like a very famous black comedian.
Oh.
And then I go up there and he's like I like go in the green room. He's like, you're hosting, and I was like, yep. And he's like, you're the whitest guy I've ever seen in my life. And then I was like, you know, let's see how this goes.
Give it up for your host, JJ.
Yeah. No, I was Jason Alexander all weekend. I was Jason. I was like, I can't pull off JJ right now. They're like, they're gonna get me.
I will give them my government.
I'll give them my.
Jason.
I'll just go by my middle name. Yeah, but it was a really good time. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I did get heckled
Oh, really?
and then just didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just moved on.
You just didn't acknowledge. Yeah.
Just didn't acknowledge it because someone was like, "What do you think about Family Feud?" And I was like, "Let me tell you." And then I started my joke because like the audience got bored very fast.
Oh wait, like
No
they
fat.
did they get bored with your jokes?
Bored with my
Did you
jokes.
say something about Family Feud or was this
Yeah,
guy?
no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was my setup was like, I've been watching a lot of TV recently. And I was
Uh.
like, what have you been watching? And I'm like, shit, there's fat on this joke for sure. I can't. I just got to get into it.
Right.
It's like, I should just be like, let me tell you something about Family Feud.
Yeah,
That's,
there
what
you go.
that's how you do
Learn
it.
something.
Learn something new every day.
I think for a second I lived in a beautiful world where you were up there doing your thing and the guy halfway through the comedy show got bored. He was like, this sucks. What do you think about Family Feud?
let me ask you a question.
Talk about Steve Harvey.
Talk about Steve Harvey.
Do something with
Yeah.
the surveys.
Yeah.
How do they work? Where do they talk to those people?
Who are these people? Where do they find them?
I'm a member of a very select but very vocal demographic in comedy audiences. We want Family Feud jokes. We want them now.
That's all we want.
He's
We've
got
heard
a
it all.
sign.
We've
He's
heard
got
it all. We've heard them all.
Do something
Also,
about
what was
Steve
crazy?
Harvey.
What was crazy about Guy Torrey is Guy Torrey got talked about in the Cat Williams interview
Whoa.
with Shannon Sharp. And I'm
Oh,
like-
right.
And I was like, I've made it. That's like it was.
There
That was
you
my
were
moment.
with the guy who got talked about by
Cat Williams.
the other guy.
Yeah, he was like Guy Torrey. He was like Guy Torrey's documentary about Fat Tuesdays is all a lie. It was what Cat Williams said, and I was like, no. That was like Guy's response was just like, no, it's not. It was we researched it very well.
Okay.
That was pretty much it.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty fun.
That's fun.
It was very fun. It was a very good time.
Do you
It's a
think-
good documentary.
Do you think it's a Miller High Life time?
Dude, let's get it.
Do you?
Toss that.
Miller High Life time on the Jason Alexander
Let's put
show.
the 30 rack
Fucking-
just on the table.
Right.
Let's go. I'm not sure if it would mess with the shot. Thanks, Caleb. You're the best, man.
Thanks, Caleb.
Caleb does a really good job.
Caleb does a great job here on the
It
show.
does, man. It does, dude.
I want to take a second to thank some of our sponsors.
We do have a sponsor.
Well, who's the sponsor?
Sponsor is we have that. We can do the read. We can do the read right now.
Is there a read?
We have a
got
read.
Sponsored?
Yeah, we got sponsored, man.
I would love if it was another beer. Well, this is on the table.
Hey, by the way, any beer company, if you send us beer, I will drink it.
You'll drink it on the show.
Guaranteed. I don't care if it's bad.
Look at him.
Look at me.
Come on.
Is this the body of a man who picks what goes in his body?
Come on. So
I am getting-
all you companies out there making bad beer, this is your show
If
to
you have
advertise.
just awesome, perfect.
You guys just open the email from whatever guy who's doing comms at whatever company you're sponsored by. This is fucking.
We do.
This is great. Okay.
I think we're one of the only podcasts in Colorado that has a sponsor.
There's got to be someone, right?
There's got to be one other one.
I just think by law of averages, by law of comic averages,
I don't
comedian
know. I can't
averages.
name any other comedians in the podcast.
I don't.
I can't think of any. Let's
Not
do
for
this.
free.
Not for free. Just shout out companies. Let's talk about window cleaning. This is for those of you in the Colorado Springs area only, by the way. If you're like most of us, the last thing you want to do is spend your spare time on a honeydew that more often than not looks like you cleaned it with a pork chop. Why not hire a professional to get from the get-go to get those windows streak-free as your bride had in mind? Check out Bailout Window Cleaning on Facebook for your window cleaning and screen repair needs. The first time I read this,
Hey, what's this all about? A honeydew?
Honeydew list. It's like what you and your wife tells you to do a bunch of things. There's particular market I think this ad read is going towards.
Fair time on a
It's
honeydew.
people whose wives are being mean to them right
A
now.
honeydew that looks like you cleaned it with a pork chop. Is that the wife that looks like you cleaned with a pork chop?
Yeah, my wife looks like a pork chop. I love it.
There you go.
I love pork, dude.
The high quality Berkshire from the fucking butcher. Reverse pan-seared pork chop, I'll say.
You
know.
Food's
Yeah.
good, man.
Food's good. I've been getting into cooking in the last year.
Ooh, how's that been
And
going?
A lot of fun. I had to quit smoking, so I've been putting all the rage.
Oh,
in
you
the-
quit smoking? Why'd you have to
I
quit
did.
smoking?
I had a
Just-
blood clot. I had a blood clot right here where I almost died. And so, yeah.
Damn, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're okay. That's
Me too.
good.
I'm chilling now. Yeah, it's good to be alive.
It is
and
good
now
to
I
be
make
alive.
now I make pork. So
You're like honestly, the best cooking I've ever done has been with a blunt in my mouth. Just
So
being
real.
just right there.
there's something. I think there's something sacred about cooking, especially for someone else.
I love
All the big books, all the big sacred books. They got a whole thing about breaking bread. You know,
Breaking Bread. All the
With
sacred
someone.
books. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I think there's something about like a connection that you get
Yeah.
over food.
Yeah.
Like I love, like honestly, like I love doing stand up, but like some
good
of the
food, yeah.
my best memories I have in comedy is after the show. We're like, let's go to Waffle House and
Oh, that's
just
real.
fuck around.
Yeah.
Like I love that stuff.
I think that's real. I had a show. It was like a backyard show I did for like a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
For someone's birthday. And it was like they like invited a bunch of every friend like knew like a musician or something. And they invited me to the show to go do comedy. And I did comedy. It was so much fun. I did it in a basement and I like crushed and it was so much fun. But then I was like the only comic there.
Yeah.
And it was like only 45% of the fun of the experience because it was like I crushed, but then I was just now this like 24-year-old guy at this 21-year-old college party
Then you're just a
who
loser.
just like didn't have anyone to talk to. Yeah, I just like I went on stage and I was like, there's no one to bitch about with this. How much fun that was afterwards.
Yeah. It's dude, it gets super
it
isolating.
felt like I was like, yeah, missing something. I don't know. I feel like
That
to some
does
extent.
happen, man. It's just like it gets isolating, dude. Like
I think
once
it
you
can
kind of progress, like dude, like if you're like a traveling headliner,
Right.
usually you're gonna go to these places by yourself. You're not bringing anybody. You're going into this place cold. Probably the first person you're gonna talk to in the day is like the host, who's like some terrible open micer usually.
Sure.
Who's just like, hey, it's a, and
right.
like you're like, I've seen 100 of you, and then you go do the show, and it goes good or it goes bad, doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. And yeah, it can get super isolating.
I
So
bet
think
it can. Stand up can for sure. I think.
it's very interesting.
Being
As
in
much as like you'd think that like this, like whatever that person on stage is like, they're so happy and fulfilled with what they're doing. Cause like what's crazy is like when I sit down, like being like my dream in comedy is to be by myself like 50 weeks out of the year in some random city doing shows in front of people I don't know.
Just
Like,
doing stand up. Yeah.
that's an insane thing to like when you say it like
Well, it's
that.
it's such a metric of like success. Like,
Definitely. I think it's just like I
that
gotta
guy's
be able-
alone like almost all the time. He's like really fucking good at
He's really good, but he's just
He's like-
by himself.
That guy's like, you can tell because he doesn't. It's everyone here.
Yeah, it's just like it's because also you can tell like when
I have
comics
to
are just
believe-
tired.
I think to some extent, getting back into comedy for me was like coming to terms with the fact. Like I think, like having a love or appreciation for the process. I guess because it sucks so much. Comedy, it can really suck. I think if you're in it and like the only thing you really like you need to quote unquote like make it to feel feel success or fun or good. That feels like kind of a fool's errand to me because
Yeah,
I think so much of it is luck. My thing is I want to be like, I guess my thing is I always want to be like, always think like the lucky or the prepared. So I want to be at a point where I feel like I'm as skilled as I could be. I worked as hard as I could. I did the like open mic thing, right?
yeah.
And I want to get to a point where I can at least like feasibly, not like old open micer. You're like, yeah, I just never got lucky. But like, I want to be,
all these
it's just, I just never did the TikTok thing. And
I just can't make a reel to save my fucking life.
That's not comedy. That's not comedy.
You doing crowd work?
No.
Go write a
No.
joke about if they're going number one or number two.
Come on, no, yeah.
Yeah, it's very funny. Like
comedy's about like being a guy with a wife. You know what I mean?
I've said this multiple times. My dream in comedy is I want to get married and I want to make jokes about how bad my wife is for the next 30 years. I want a Rodney Dangerfield. That's all I want. I want to go Rodney and then coast for the rest of my life. But let me tell you something.
That's kind of what he did, I guess. He did. He just kind of.
Yeah, it's a dream. Like when I told my grandpa I wanted to do stand up, he's like, Jason, you and I are gonna sit down and we're gonna watch every single one of Rodney Dangerfield's Johnny Carson appearances.
Oh yeah.
And me and my grandpa just sat down and watched every single one, just like crying, laughing.
Oh, that's funny.
It's one of my favorite memories I think I have in my life. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Because just like it was this thing. It's like how, first of all, comedy's changed so much since freaking Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
And like the fact that like me and my grandpa still were sitting down, like this is something that was filmed like literally 50 years ago, and still like that's really funny. Like that's really funny. He's like, my wife, she's so ugly. I was walking down the beach with her. Everyone was asking me what bait I used. Like it's so good.
He was great in Caddyshack.
So good at Caddyshack.
He holds up I think that guy's so fucking the classic goofy. It's a goofy. There's a streak.
I love a good goofy.
And the guy who came along, who's the fucking bomber jacket guy from the 90s that was like just a fucking bitches.
Andrew Dice Clay.
That's who I'm thinking of. That fucking rap bastard. I think his shtick fell flat because he wasn't goofy. Also funny, which is crucial to the equation of being good at comedy, I think.
Man,
but
it's
Dice
like,
Clay, but Dangerfield, like, will say some shit that just makes, like, obviously it's a dated sentiment, but like there's this like streak of goofiness or like wink, wink, nudge, nudge to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I hate cool guys. I can't. It's like it's hard. Like honestly, that is like with Chappelle. That's one of like that's like the only problem I have.
I do think it's funny to be in something so silly as comedy,
being
and
like,
then to try to like rock star your way off the fucking.
Like, excuse me, I'm a god. Like what is bad is like I fall into that. Like I'm way closer when I look at me to being like, oh, I'm the best. Like I'm on that side of the spectrum, because usually it's one or the other with comedians. It's either people that are incredibly insecure and are trying to like work through that by like getting attention and like getting laughs and stuff. It's like this is how I'm getting value. I think I'm the best, and I want everyone to know
you're just
that.
a guy. Yeah, you're just
which is bad. Like I need to like figure out how not to do that. Funny. But I'm like, it's like, oh, I know I'm funny, and I want you to also know.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's very different.
I think for me, I'm more of a sketch guy. So a lot of my stand-up is very performative or very like emotive based. But I love creating this air, this sense on stage of feeling like I'm just the guy who has to come and talk to you all for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is what I have to say, but I get to talk right now.
Yeah.
there's like something fun about being like, I don't know, complaining about like a $7,000 coffee table that I got thrown out of the mall for complaining because I couldn't fathom a $7,000 coffee table after driving there in my $5,000 Honda Fit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's something fun about like a Tim Robinson sort of like
when you bring things to the logical extreme is very funny.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's all. Like most of like Tim Robinson's sketches on I Think You Should Leave are just bringing it to the absolute most extreme thing that could happen.
Yeah, it's the he takes something very absurd and plays it extremely sincere.
Yes.
And that's where the funny really starts to arise, I think, because it's not the absurd thing in of itself that's funny. It's not funny, not necessarily just funny that there's a guy at this ghost tour who's swearing on purpose. It's that he's taking advantage of a technicality of the rule. And like, rather than getting thrown out right off the bat, he's still just like, he's just enacting that. Like his characters genuinely believe the things that they're doing.
That is very true.
They're not being funny. That guy thinks it's the adult tour, so I'm allowed to say whatever I want. And he's genuinely hurt when the rule gets cut out from underneath him.
Yeah.
He's like, it's
also, I think that's a thing kind of similar to like how Curb is sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, as Curb is like, they'll have like this very like mundane situation, and then it's like, no, that's not how the world should work. which is so funny. It's like, no, this isn't how this should be. It's like, I was cordial and nice. I talked, I chatted, I was around, and then it's like, no, you weren't cordial. It's like, because also it's like the person that sticks to their guns too is also super funny. Like, because like in most real life, if you confront someone on something, usually they'll pull back.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They'll be like, oh, my bad. No one ever says, oh, my bad, in like Curb Your Enthusiasm. No one takes ownership. No. And that's very funny. Like, it's like that's why getting in fights with comedians is some of the most fun I've ever had. Is like when you are like, you're not like, this person is 100% sure of their point and you're 100% sure of your point, and then you're talking at each other.
Yeah.
That creates the funniest conversations of all
sure,
time.
Yeah.
Just not open-minded at all.
There's I think a lot of humor just comes from sincerity in general.
Yeah.
And so when people play like the in Curb, a lot of that is like Larry's sincerity in the base impulse to be like selfish or inconvenienced. And he doesn't abandon that, because a lot of the times I think we're very sincere in like those thoughts we have are like, God fucking damn it, I gotta go pick up whoever.
I could just not.
Yeah. And then like in real life, we like sincerely, like we're polite and we talk ourselves down, but there is some fun about like, no, like let's stop at that feeling that we don't ever get to share out loud.
Oh yeah.
And ride it to 100% sincerity.
There's like so many moments like there's like this. There's just one comic. He always says exactly what he's thinking, and he is a very off-putting person. But I do like. But the thing is that in my heart, I agree with almost everything that he does.
Sure, yeah.
Like he'll be in a conversation with somebody and be like, "I don't enjoy talking to you. I don't want to be here anymore," and he'll just leave. And I'm like, I wish I could do that. It's my fantasy. Like,
really fucking
he just
funny.
will do it, and it'll be like there'll be some like new open micer. He starts talking to him. It'll be like,
this right now. I miss cigarettes.
it's so good, dude.
I miss cigarettes for that reason. I used to be able to just, it was the most built-in inherent, like, I don't want to fucking be here right now at any given moment. And I could, and now I can't.
You should go to the bathroom.
I guess, but like what? All right, I'm going to go stand outside for 10 minutes now. Like,
that's actually very fun. You could get one of the
I have started saying that to people. Like, I just like I'll be like, there's been a couple times I've been out where I've been like, hey, no, it's great to see you. I'm going to be back, but I'm just going to go outside for like 10 minutes now. Like, oh, you smoking? No. I'm just going to fucking go somewhere else.
I'd rather be anywhere than here right
I have
now.
a little tiny child baby puppy brain up here, and I've been in this one place for too long, and I'm aware of a second place which exists that I could go to. And I would like to do that. And albeit when I get out there, I'll probably get tired of that place and go back to the first one.
I loved the Trenton Cotton. He was a Springs comic. He lives in Seattle now. He has a great joke about he like wants to get out of conversation with people. All you do is you just pat your pockets and just leave. I'm like, that's so good. That's pretty funny. It's like I use it all the time. Like, oh man, it's so good. It's like you want like, getting out of situations is a very funny thing. Like, especially when you don't want to do something and you've already committed to it. Yeah. Like getting out of it in a wacky, fun way is very good. Yeah. It's very fun. Like it sucks just being like, because it's very funny when you confront them. It's like, oh, hey, that time. Like I had this one person I wanted to have on the podcast. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, this time doesn't work for me. And I was like, okay, cool, we could schedule you later in the week. And they were just like, oh, I just don't want to do it. Real. It's just like, honestly, real as fuck. Thanks for letting me know. I was like it saves us a lot of time. That's fucking wild. So I was like, well, okay, you could have just said that in the beginning. No shit. That's crazy. It's just like, that's crazy. Oh yeah, I just don't want to. Like, okay, that's fine. I love comics, man. I think sometimes they forget how to be friends, fun people with just like interpersonal, like just you can just be two people talking sometimes. Yeah. But I think at the same time the brashness is great too, because it's so funny. That's so funny. I once gave whom I love, by the way. Yeah. But Phil Corridor, I once paid him for a show. It was like a birthday benefit thing that my buddy wanted to do, and he did it, and I gave him the money afterwards, and I was like, Phil, you were great. Thanks so much. It was like a favor. So I was like, thanks for doing this. It means the world. And he goes, you laugh at your own jokes.
And then he took the fucking money and walked away. And I was like,
That is so
I
good.
was like, that's the most fucking stand-up interaction I've had this month. I was
Just leave.
He gave me an opinion about me, and then he left. And he didn't say thank you. And he didn't say, I said, here's your money. I loved what you did. You're so good at this. And he said, here's my opinion about you. And he left. He took the money and he ran.
Because I never do that. I was talking with Mike
Get paid
Hammock.
or share your opinion like that.
Never. No, I stopped.
Both count.
I stopped telling people what I thought about their sets. I can't do it.
I don't ever do that unoffered. I think I don't ever.
Yeah, that's a good lesson because it's like you're not gonna.
I don't want fucking
change
notes.
their opinion.
I don't want the last thing I want, unless it's like a master, like I don't fucking, like if obviously it's different case by case, but if we're both micers, I have seen you bomb, you have seen me bomb, I've seen you crush, you've seen me crush. I don't want your notes. I don't want, unless you have something that's fun for me. But the last thing I want to hear when I'm coming off stage on Monday night at like 11:47 p.m. is whoever the fuck is up next after me's notes.
It's like, hey, when especially when
don't you fucking give me your opinion?
It's like,
hell no.
But this is the thing about me being pretentious and thinking that I'm the shit. I'm like, oh, I know the answer.
I know the answer to this.
I know the answer to how to make you better.
I know.
It's like, and I have to reel that in. Like, that's like, because I'm like, oh, I know what to do. I know what to do, and you're not doing it, and you're an idiot. It's like what I think in my brain.
That's funny.
It's like, because like Dave Chappelle has this whole thing. Like, he doesn't like watch people do sets. He's like me watching another person do stand up is like watching someone have sex with my wife. Is what he said. And I'm like, I do feel that a little bit sometimes. If I'm watching someone bomb, I'm like, I hate what you're doing to this crowd. It makes they don't get him off stage.
I think it's so real. It's just I know all too well. I'm very much so about to do the same to this crowd, maybe.
Yeah.
In my own special way.
Yeah. You're like, oh, and then also it's very funny when you're like, that person sucks, and then you go up and bomb.
And then you fucking bomb. Yeah, no. You're just like, I'm not who the fuck.
You're like, what was I thinking? I thought I could get them. Yeah. It's also very like something that's awesome about comedy is like it's literally just like any given day. Like there's people that like you're like, oh, I know this person's bad. They'll just go have a great night, and then you have the worst set of your life.
I think it's all
it's so good.
It's all swings at the bat. It's a million fucking swings at the bat to stay ready and prime for when you do get a good audience.
Yeah,
because like that's the thing too. Is I think for the longest time, for me at least, getting over the hurdle of like, how am I supposed to practice without a good audience? Open mic audiences kind of suck. But I think like to some extent there's something to be said about like learning how to get dialed in with your audience and like figure out where they're at. Sometimes you're going to get a hold of a room and like there is just like a ceiling or a cap on like what you can get this crowd to do. You walk in to the show and the PA is like one of those ones on a fucking like chair.
Yeah.
And it's just like a 3/4 inch that plugs directly into the amplifier.
You're just doing
and
doing stand
the
up.
ceiling is like all the fucking way up there. And it's like white fluorescent lighting, and everyone's like at benches. Like
There's one couple in the very back of the room
like
that's your only audience member.
Literally, yeah. Like
and they're making out.
You're only gonna get the floor, but you can still have fun and like it's about like meeting where your audience is.
It's
and
like labeling. That's huge.
Taking them where you want to go. I guess.
What
do I know? Made you this.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Sure. I'll get working on another one for you too.
I make paper crayons, dude. I like how like you just have to do something with your hands.
I do. Yeah, I have a disease. It's
what's your disease?
ADHD.
Dude, me too. I'm on a quest to obtain Adderall right now.
Are you really?
I'm on a very big quest.
Do you have insurance?
I do. I have Medicaid.
Yeah,
that counts. They just disclosed to my audience that I have no money. It's like, hey, please subscribe to the Patreon. I need groceries. There's a very different thing of like asking people to subscribe to the Patreon when you're like, I'm in a dire financial state.
They go to
it's pretty much a GoFundMe.
Yeah, no,
but you like
click the link tree in my bio and it's just like fucking GoFundMe.
It's just a GoFundMe because my food stamps ran out. It's just like you just like take it day by day. Dude, it's very like it's a very wild thing, like being super poor and then also having a huge ego. There's something very funny about that. Like, I believe I'm so incredibly talented and gifted, but I'm like, I have $20. And then you're just
So
like,
funny.
if I was gonna like write a character, it's like this guy, nothing's going good in his life, but he believes that he's better than everyone. There's something so funny
Sounds
about
like
that.
every.
That's me. That's literally me. I'm a sitcom character.
You're sick.
I'm like, it's like, okay.
That sounds like almost. I'm thinking of every like male open mic comic, and that's probably just
yeah. It's just average is like, oh, I could Barry Chappelle today, and like it's like he can't follow this. He can't follow this new bit I have about the dollar store.
No,
he can't do it.
No.
He can't
He's out of his fucking element.
He can't.
He's out of his fucking element. It's
Yeah,
like the,
I did. I was like watching. I forgot. Like it was. I think it was like one of Chappelle's specials, and like he was in a really serious moment, and he was like taking time. I'm like, this guy's bombing right now. This guy sucks. And like I said that out loud, and then like my roommate who was sitting with me was like, Jason, he's describing police brutality. And I'm like, laughs from men on that one's a little off, to be honest with you. Just like, I'm such a piece of shit.
oh, that's funny. All my friends are musicians, and anytime I'm at their
That's
shows,
sick.
it's really fun.
That's fun about being a comic. You're just gonna hang out with musicians and rock stars.
It's actually really fun because so like I actually sometimes they'll let me play along with them in their bands, and like when like we have like a big little local music festival up in Denver, UMS. It's so much fun because it's like the similar level I get to be at like with comedy in terms of like seeing like more than just like floor entry level stages and like audiences and crowd, but it's like I get to be like just a fan, which is like with comedy part, I feel like I'm always like telling myself like, and this is just the level I'm at. I shouldn't be floored by this. You know, we're chasing perfection.
Yeah.
To some point, being good is music is so fun because I get to just be a fan. I get to be like, this is so fucking sick. Look at all these fucking people.
That
It's
is
sick as shit. It's
so
fun.
cool.
I don't have the stress of like
comparing.
Comparing, networking in the green room, making a good impression on X, Y, or Z, whoever's in the crowd. No, I'm just a guy on stage with the band chilling, and it's fucking sick as fuck.
I love that,
But
man.
I love going to their shows and like when they're up, like going up to our other friends and Evan, you enjoying the show? I mean, like, they sound good. It's just not that funny. It's like,
dude, these guys are bombing. Go to like a Metallica concert, like these guys are bombing.
this is not funny.
These guys stink, man.
like,
Like
whole fucking crowd at the Iron Maiden concerts, like screaming their ends. It's just not that funny to me.
honestly, like
It's not funny.
I don't know. Did you go to Comedy Works New Talent Night? Like, have you been there?
I wouldn't promote these guys.
Yeah, I would not.
Everyone's like, bro, what are you
They're
talking?
gonna stay at C for a little bit.
This is C. This is the C.
Like, yeah, but I think like just being a fan and keeping that is actually like a really cool thing.
Oh my god, it's huge.
I-
That's
I
the only way I
still-
could still
yeah.
do this. I think I
Yeah.
have to remind myself this is fun.
Definitely.
You know, like-
oh yeah, like it's especially once you get like bigger opportunities and stuff.
Yeah.
it's like it becomes, you feel like more. It's like I have a duty instead of like, dude, let's go talk about farting
You
into a
gotta
microphone and
it's
make
so-
$100. That's pretty freaking sick.
It's
dude.
silly. What we do is so like
Yeah.
it's serious, and you can take it seriously, and you have to. But like it's at some point, I think it's so important to remember.
I think
like, this
absurd is a
fun.
better way.
Sure,
It's a very absurd thing.
absurd,
of,
silly.
like,
Those are
my-
interchangeable.
It's
I
very
think.
close because
I think-
it's just
yeah.
like when I think about stand up, it's like my like there's certain like you have like roles, like you're host, you have like a role, your feature, you have a role, right? And there's like certain kind of aspects around that, but it's a very weird job. It's like what purpose does it have? It's like to entertain, which it's very strange.
It is, and
when you break it down.
You
It's
can
like,
get big and philosophical with. I think what's fun about it. I think it is creative. I think it is an art form. I think it's the most humble and humiliating out of them all, and I think it's got like in the best sense, like the grandeur that you can go down a rabbit hole with like music and like visual art, and like you can get down the rabbit hole of grandeur of comedy. Like you can go down that rabbit hole, like it's about truth and always speaking to some truth, implied, inherent, or logical, and so it's all about it, you know that. But to some extent, it is also like it's really fucking goofy that you're going to go up there and talk about cum or whatever.
You're like, here's something funny my mom told me one time.
Literally, yeah.
Doing that for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, I feel like I love the way stand-up tickled my creative brain.
Yeah.
Like I love that. Because it was just something that I got to just invest into.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And like the thing is it's when you get like to those big opportunities and all that stuff, you have to do all the bad stuff to get there.
Right.
For sure. And
what have you done, Jesus? Who have you hurt? Who have you killed?
Dude, it's so bad because
it's so bad. All the people I've killed. It's so bad,
dude. No, it's so bad because there's this open mic like in the Springs tonight. The host of that open mic did mace 2 people. I'm gonna go do that mic. Like that's bad.
That's funny.
It's insane. It's like that's how much I love this fucking insane.
I think
thing.
that's right. I also think like comics to some extent, like everyone's got their own little fucking weird streak to them. I don't know.
Definitely weird.
I think I don't know. I almost died. That was my thing. I had that going for me for a while. That's fine.
Did you did you do mushrooms or anything during that time?
No.
You didn't try to find peace with your mortality?
No,
Did you find peace with your mortality, or were you just
eventually,
scared?
Yeah. No, I wasn't actually. That was part of the problem.
Whoa.
I went to I had like a whole. So I've been away from the stage. I think my last stand-up show was in March, and even then, like,
oh my god,
after going to the hospital, I had to take a year to reset. Because like I got burnt out. I was doing a bunch of other shit. I was like working full time. I had my sketch show, which was fun, but like just like running that, all the effort of that. I was in school full time. Life was on fire post COVID. There was all sorts of crazy shit happening back home with family and everything. I just like got burnt out, and like I got like really just like mentally ill and like not good. And so like I got burnt out. Like I went to the ICU. And they were like, you might die tonight. And I was like, rats. like, I think that was like the extent of my reaction. I was like, that's something. Like it did not, I really wasn't that like, I feel like there should be like I don't want to, but I was like, if I do whatever, it's out of my hands. And I just like, I was so burnt out. And then like after the hospital, I was like super just like not in a good place either, really just like didn't want to be around, and like I had to take a year to like get mentally right, and then I needed a surgery to stop the blood clots from happening. And because we live in the greatest fucking country in the nation, my insurance told me, and so this is how I understand it. I went to the ICU, and the doctor looked at me and he said, if you want to stop getting blood clots, you have to get this surgery. I said, you're a very smart man. I trust you. That makes sense. And apparently, so he was cool with it. I was cool with it. And then they went to the insurance, and the insurance rejected the surgery. And they said, we don't understand why you need this surgery. I said, well, of course not. Did you ask the doctor? Because I didn't understand it either until I talked to the doctor. And they said, well, of course we asked the doctor. We just disagree with him. We have our own doctor who's a fucking dentist down in Pensacola, Florida. And we asked him to take a look at this. And he said, I don't understand why that's necessary. And so we're going to go with his word. So I had to do that exact process for 11 months before I could get the surgery. It was a 30-day process every time of like submitting and being like, can I have my surgery, please? And my insurance being like, I just don't get why it's so necessary.
And you're like, they told me I was going to die.
And I go, well, of course not. Did you ask the doctor?
Like, I can't read.
He's like, I didn't understand it either.
What's going on?
He explained it pretty fucking... The way he broke it down, though, it made sense to me at the end. Maybe you guys should Zoom with him. Maybe the gestures will help or something.
It was like, you got to know the allegory he used about the ants running through the anthill.
Exactly.
with your blood clots.
Yeah, man. I was like physically so like unwell and like mentally just like
that's a bad combo.
And like comedy was it was at a point where comedy was the most stable thing in my life, which
bad.
It can definitely be the most fun thing I have going on, but it cannot be the most stable thing I have going on. I think that's a slippery slope with it, especially with like substances and everything. That's what I say about like having like a little bit of love for it. Like I don't have to be head over heels, but when it's like 10 till 1, it's Scruffy Murphy's. And like it's Tuesday night, and it's like the bar's like closing up and everything, and I'm going up. Then like I don't have to love it, but I should like I need to make sure I'm finding like a piece of it endearing to me. I can't need it though. Like I can't be going to Scruffy Murphy's 10 till 1 because like I just don't have anywhere else to go. You know what I mean? Like which is like that's a slippery slope with doing this because we're trying to make time to get as many crack at the bat, swings at the fucking thing to get the reps in to be good. It's so fucking annoying when you have the rest of your life going on.
You're fucking preaching the choir, man.
But it's a year removed. Like I've been doing comedy since I was 15. There's been there's like 3 big points in my life where I was like, and I was taking a break.
Yeah,
at least a year. And
I don't think you'll ever stop.
No, at this, I just keep coming back. It's a fucking.
You're just like
a bastard. Fucking.
Definitely, it's like you're like a.
No, he's great. I hang out with him for me now. Like I'm in control.
Definitely, it's definitely an abusive relationship. 100%.
It's so fucking.
You're like, no, it's gonna change.
No.
It's gonna change.
Like, when there's new comics, I'm like, no, he's got like entirely new friends now. He's not even hanging with the same people.
No, it's different. It's different. It's when you try to like kind of structure your life. It's definitely, like one of my mentor in like comedies, Mike Hammock. Like he's a guy I look up to a ton. He told me that there's like 2 kinds of comedians that like succeed. Yeah. It's comedians that they go all in. They're like it's all they do and all they think about, and they don't have a life without comedy. Like they don't have friends outside of comedy. They don't have health. And the example he gave was like Sam Talent. Because like when Sam Talent was like, he was going to all these comedy festivals, he's eating out of trash cans, just all in, like just a dog, Like because he loved the craft,
Sure.
And then like he was like that, like there is people that do that, but for every one of the Sam Talents that are there are 19 people that you're never going to hear of in your entire life that gave their entire life to comedy and then didn't succeed. And they did.
Oh, sure.
There's a lot of people that went all in and then didn't get it.
That's
which is horrifying.
Oh, you're speaking about something. Like growing up, like my mom and dad. My dad was a musician. My mom was a musician. They like here in Denton, like we had a whole bunch of old rock and roll friends growing up, and like similar kind of deal. My mom, when she found out I wanted to do comedy, she had this like big old attitude. She'd be like, here's how it's gonna go down. She's like, all of you are gonna go for it. 10 of you are gonna get it. 5 of you are gonna get to keep it. Maybe 2 or 3 of you will be happy.
Holy,
yeah, like
that's a clip. That's
but
crazy.
The second one, the next adage to that was like, so make sure what you get out of it doesn't hinge completely on making it. You know what I mean? Like love, like go into it. She wasn't telling me like don't go do that shit. Mm-hmm. She was saying like make sure you love it and can really enjoy it, and that you don't need to make it. And like we want to make it, whatever that is. Yeah. But like going back to what I said, like lucky are the prepared. I think luck is such a huge part of it. That's my thing is like, I want to be prepared if and or when that wave ever hits. Yeah. But I need to have love and enjoyment and like be endeared to.
Be at peace.
Yeah, be in peace. And to some extent, if I could crack 3,000, 3,500 a month adjusted for inflation as I get older. Yeah. Adjusted for inflation as I get older.
That's right. Yeah.
And like have my bills taken care of, make the shows I want to make, fucking work on the projects I want to make. Fuck it, I'll chill. Like I said, I spent a whole year figuring out how to be happy just chilling because that's kind of all I could really do. And so if I can chill and then go after the shit I like, it'd be pretty good.
That's great. Yeah, it took me.
You got more high lifes?
Yeah, dude.
Where'd they go? Oh, you're hoarding them. Do you want a high life? Yeah, fuck yeah. Playboy?
Red Solo cups? Oh.
Damn, Caleb.
Caleb got, dude.
Caleb just freaking
gershed, dude.
Let's just say he's sipping foam. Yeah.
Dude, that sounds like a slur, dude. That's really
Did you say it sounds like a slur?
That's bad. You can't say that.
That's funny.
So there I think there's red Solo cups on the white thing. If that's
I'm
okay.
playing, yeah.
Hands. Oh man, that guy's slurping foam.
That guy's
dude, that's
slurping
awesome.
If you say that in the wrong accent,
It
that's
would be-
definitely
Hey,
that'd make a roast.
Dude, that'll walk a couple crowds in Boulder, dude. That'd be bad. Don't do that.
You want
You want to slurp some foam, dude? Oh man,
feller at the end of the bar just ordered a Miller High Life in a can of.
let me tell you, I mean,
I've never seen a bigger foam
foam slurper. I hardly
slurper
know
in
her. You
my-
know what I'm saying?
in my goddamn mouth. What a shite fucking pour that was, right? Oi. Guinness.
That's not Guinness.
No, it's
You
not.
just say that when you drink beer.
Guinness. I do. That's all I do.
He's like, Is that White Claw?
Heineken.
Heineken, I hardly know him.
I'm like I'm so barista pilled. I started spinning this like it was milk foam in a pitcher.
I really hope I don't have to like memorize. I'm really scared.
I've become like coffee pilled in the last year or 2 years.
We just
What are
start
you gonna-
crushing coffee.
What are you gonna memorize? Like coffee terms? For
Yeah, like I don't know anything about the coffee stuff. I hope they. Yeah, I think like clip it, clip all that foam. Talk about me calling Evan a foam slurper. Foam slurper Evan. Dude.
Foam slurper alert. Slurp cam. Fucking.
Saying that whenever anyone takes a drink, just get your phone out, just be like slurp cam.
Fucking,
Ooh.
ooh.
I'm gonna start doing. I'll do that at the open mic.
At the
tonight.
open mic. That'll go
At the
great.
open mic.
That'll go great.
Dude, also, like, I think, like, pointing at a guy, this would work.
Yeah.
This joke will land on stage.
Okay.
Just pointing at a guy drinking a beer, like, hey, what are you slurping on, stud?
Stud.
That would land. Like, that's like crowd work is cheating. I've
Crowd work is cheating.
It's cheating.
That
It's
sounds like
cheating.
the most like.
Dude, I am a jaded.
He's a crowd work merchant. He's a-
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, you just like you just ask if they're dating, and then you're like, why?
So you got
like why? Like you just say like, why'd you pick him? It's just easy.
Any wife guys in the crowd tonight?
Who has a wife?
Any big wife guys out there? Let me hear you.
There never is.
You never.
Yeah, I look at like the joke I do that lands like all like it's almost every time because crowds don't respond. Is I ask like, hey, is there any single ladies in the crowd tonight?
Yeah.
And then there's bone chilling silence, and then I say, well, there never is, and then that gets
That
like
gets a laugh.
it's the biggest laugh of my set, and it's the second joke I did.
That's funny.
It's so bad. It's like there's something so funny about how lonely it is up there sometimes. Dude, like Calvin Reed just posted a clip of like he's like, hey, where are my single people at? And then no one clapped. And then just him just being it's like, oh, just me. This sucks.
I think that's what I really enjoy that energy though. That because I get going back to that like if I can tap into that energy under the guise of like I'm the guy who just has to talk to all of you for the next 5 minutes. Leaning into that like I'm the only one that thinks this. How did I end up? Why am I the one who has to talk to you? Like,
that is very funny.
It's really fun to me to play with that.
There's,
Like,
but that's like the thing that's so weird is because like of how insecure comedians are, but they're still like, but I deserve to talk in front of 350 people.
That's the irony of it. That's
It's
the funny.
very
like,
funny.
that when I start getting up there and like I love to play with like feel like okay like when I don't do this anymore because I like learned my lesson. But like I used to when I was bombing, I used to like make a whole big point. Jesus Christ, you really do just gulp that down. Look at you go. Are you gonna grab another? You little freak. I love it. You little fucking freak.
Have a fun fucking time, dude. I'm slurping foam.
Slurping foam.
Miller High Life.
Miller High Life.
Yeah, so when you're bombing.
When I'm bombing, you used to just go up there and be like, you know, like, folks, I gotta be honest, I don't think this is going well right now.
I love that.
Like,
that's awesome.
Like, listen, like, I'm supposed to be funny. You people are supposed to be laughing. Nobody's doing their job right now. Like, this is a collaborative effort.
God, I love that.
But I used to go, does anybody else know any jokes?
God, that's awesome.
That's like-
I love that.
Yeah, like, but inviting that inviting that
It's very
from
alt.
when you're bombing.
That is so
I have
funny.
fallen flat on my face trying that multiple times, and I'm addicted to it. It's so fun to me to be the guy in charge who has nobody on their side.
Like the president.
Literally, there's something so funny. Well, that's what we're doing.
It's like, no, this is my turn. It's my turn to talk. Saying that when you're getting heckled is very fun.
I go substitute teacher mode.
There's like, it's very hard to like stay likable.
Be really funny to be bombing and be like, never in all my years of being a substitute open micer. You guys are awful. You guys are awful.
It sounds like something Larry David would do. It's just be up there and be like,
I think that's it.
No.
It stems from being a Jew. I think it's a very
of blaming other people.
There's a comfort of being in a pocket of being a universally disliked. But I'm going to finish my point. I don't care. I'll say it.
I'll say it because no one else can. No one else can say what I'm going to say.
I'm kidding. I won't do that to you. I
Dude,
don't want
hell
to get
yeah.
you demonetized.
Clip it, dude. I think we can. Freaking Lil Dicky made a song about it.
Yeah, Little Dicky.
Lil Dicky.
And if he's allowed to, why not everyone else?
I don't think I can. I got blonde hair, blue eyes, man.
I don't think
can't
you could
say.
sit.
No way.
Or get a German Shepherd. Or
I
at least
think I
have
could
a strong affinity for the German Shepherd.
I like golden retrievers. Is that fine? Can you Google if golden retrievers were used during the Holocaust?
I don't think they were, but we could definitely look into it.
I don't think they were. I hope not.
History Hour here on Jason Alexander Show. What was the
Good for
original
us.
use of the golden retriever?
Oh, Hitler's dogs. What do they look like? They
Well,
got
that's
They
just
gotta
the
be
pets that they all the Nazis. Yeah, they liked. Yeah,
animal loving killers. That honestly sounds like a cool band name.
yeah,
That's a pretty sick band name.
yeah, like a radical pedo wing or something. There we go. So we've got
German Shepherd. Yeah.
not a wolf
Who's getting paid to write this article?
with a colon. What is that
I like
subtitle on there?
Mountain lion? Dude, imagine
Isn't
going
that
to war
Goebbels?
and then there's just like a freaking mountain
Or
lion.
Goring? Yeah, that's Hermann Goring. Who was one of the architects of the Holocaust. Go through them all if you want. Joseph Goebbels. We can talk about that. Adolf Eichmann. That was a big deal in the 60s.
Cats regarded as Jews.
Wait,
This
hold on.
article-
Go up. Hold on. I didn't even know that. Cats regarded as the Jews of Hamlin.
No.
That's so fucking.
That is a great premise. That is if you wrote Evan, if you go on
I
stage
just need to-
tonight
I need
and
to
do
know.
that bit,
I need to know what the through lines are on that one because that's.
that's a great premise. That's a good.
I need to know if Hitler was just like, I don't like cats and I don't like Jews. Guess that makes them the same. Or if there was like a genuinely thought out.
Treacherous, false, and antisocial.
Treacherous.
Oh my
That's
God.
funny as fuck.
The fact that we got anything funny out of this article is a gift from God, dude. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Holocaust finally panning out after all. Thank God. No, he's always got a plan, God, and I knew.
everything happens for a reason.
Because listen, when the Holocaust came around, a lot of people, what's God doing? What's he doing? But that's funny, and I appreciate someone who plays the long game. So God points to God for a good bit, for a really good bit.
That's
so really
funny.
fucking funny, man. I had no
So
idea.
funny. Oh my God.
A lot of free time to get that extensive with your list of things you hate.
You're like, just going down. I think I hate 3 things, maybe.
Cats are Jews.
Like Brussels sprouts,
Lizards are Roma.
dogs,
I like that
Irish?
Jews became the lens, like the metric by which we measure how good or bad a certain animal is.
If it's a really bad
It seemed
animal.
like it was a continuum of Jew to German, and along this continuum, every animal fell.
Yes.
So there's
like bear, Russian.
bear rush. Yeah, they don't like bears.
No, they love bears in Russia.
Russians love bears. Germans don't like bears.
That's true.
Germans don't like Russians.
Cats beats bears.
Yes.
Bears lose to dogs. Dogs beat cats.
Mm-hmm.
Like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. I have a theory that all Delhi-faring peoples are allies. I think that's all.
That's
So
true.
that's Greeks, Jews, Hungarians,
There's a
Poles.
Hungarian, like
You can get
deli?
Hungarian delis, Polish delis,
Pull that up, Caleb.
Italians. You know, all the Delhi-faring
It's
peoples.
it's the different flavors of white is a very interesting
true.
thing. It's very
They're all, and all the Delhi people are they're all different kinds of Jews. That's my theory. Greeks are Jews who were never oppressed. That's why they're like that.
those tracksuits.
Yeah.
You're never oppressed. You go bust out an Adidas tracksuit and a gold chain.
Here's the thing. Even here in Denver, the Greek Orthodox Church, the big old gold dome,
Yeah.
right next door to the fucking JCC.
What's the JCC?
Jewish Community Center. They're the same fucking. It's like degrees of separation between Greeks and Jews. Equally,
It's like a
stubborn.
block.
Yeah.
It's just a walk across the
So
street.
Greeks are unoppressed Jews. Italians are Jews we're allowed to make fun of. You can make fun of Italians. All Poles are honorary Jews, except for the ones that are Nazis.
There's Polish Nazis? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
A lot of
I
Polish.
probably should read more books.
And yeah, so
I'm not good at reading.
no one needs to read. Not anymore.
I don't think so. We have the internet.
Well, thanks to things like Google Glass, we'll
I
never
can't
have
wait to get the
read.
Apple Pro so I never have to talk to girls again. Pull up the Apple Pro, dude. Pull up the Appy Pros. This one
The
I
Appy
want.
Pros.
Dude, imagine just being on a date
Yeah.
with a girl and it's just like her complaining about her day at work and then there's just a Subway Surfer guy running around. That's good. That's sick.
They look so silly.
It only costs as much as like the car I want to buy.
Sure. That's my metric for a lot of things. Is this more or less than a car?
Yeah. I used an iPod Touch as like my metric for how expensive something is.
Sure.
Like my entire life. Because an iPod Touch was like $200.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, that's like 2 iPod Touches. That's insane.
30 iPod
I
Touch.
should get an iPod. I think that's
You want another iPod? Do you not have a?
I have an iPhone, but I should get an iPod because then I don't use it as I don't waste time on social media as much.
How do you mean?
No, like I just like
You
have
would-
a thing that you.
Oh,
use for
yeah, I
music.
thought you meant you were gonna get an iPod Touch in addition to your smartphone,
Yes.
so that okay. Now you've.
Yeah.
Are you not gonna download Instagram on?
I
the,
hope I have self control in that too.
on the iPod, but you would still have.
Probably would have the option. That's a great point. I should just get an iPod and like go to the gym. That'd be good. How much is an iPod right now?
Fucking shit, $59.
Hey.
You know that's a new game on a PlayStation.
45.
I
Pull up Facebook Marketplace. This is good podcast content. Let's go check out.
Oh, that's
channel.
my favorite game. I love Facebook
Oh, what it-
Marketplace.
yeah,
That's
no,
my favorite
Oh,
fucking.
we don't have to. I don't think we're logged in on Facebook.
I fucking love Facebook. I saw a
what's
guy
What's your best find on Facebook Marketplace?
as of late, most recently.
Yeah.
It was a picture. It said sign $100, and what it was is one single picture.
Yep.
Angled, of what was very much so clearly the McDonald's welcome sign for the drive at the McDonald's still. Like it was not in his possession. It was like,
I'll steal this.
it looked like it was taken as he was walking by on the sidewalk. And
That's-
presumably it just said welcome sign $100. So presumably if you gave him $100, he didn't have the sign yet, but he would go and get it for you. And then you would meet him up to exchange the $100 for the sign. And this is a
God,
business.
I'm going to interview this guy on the podcast.
You should, because
dude.
this is a businessman. He's not wasting effort. He's not going to go through the effort to get the sign without a buyer. This is
You just got to meet him at the McDonald's.
like there were cars
The pickup location.
in line at the drive-thru in the background of his picture.
He's like, I'll get this. It's mine.
He's- I could grab that for.
Dude, I'll split it with you. Evan, I'm being 100%
Yeah.
serious. I will send you $50 right now
Right
if we
now
go
for the welcome sign
hit
for
up this guy.
McDonald's. Yeah.
Like, I want to just see what happens.
I hope the thought process of him walking by at again presumably 2:37 p.m. like, seeing this
lunch
sign.
rush.
Yeah.
There's a line around the building.
He walks up after getting off, I'm assuming, the bus, and he sees the sign, and he goes, I could fucking grab that. Immediately afterwards, yeah, not for fucking free, though. And he wants.
You are paid in direct proportion of the difficulty of the problems that you solve. You know who said that? Elon Musk. Anyways, I'm gonna steal this McDonald's
Did he really
sign.
say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I read a bunch of startup books because I thought I was gonna be Mark Zuckerberg, and then I realized I forgot how to read. So yeah. When I was
I never learned how to read. I only learned how to write. Really good at guessing. I've never gotten it wrong.
that's a great joke.
But I can't.
Dude,
I couldn't tell you what I wrote.
the first time I had to do the ad read on the podcast,
Yeah.
I fucked it up to horrendous proportions. Like, I was like, I just couldn't get through it. Because there's something
You
about
breathing into the mic. Just doing that.
sounding out. Dude, I'd choke whenever I had to read in front of the class. Also,
Yeah.
what I think this might be dyslexia, but when I read something, I'll change like a word or two, like in my head. Like I can't not do it. I think that means I'm partially dyslexic.
Yeah,
I
Deus
think.
Ex Lexicon.
What does that mean?
Dyslexia.
Fuck yeah. We're doing man shit.
Yeah. That was a full
I can't
can of
read. I can free. Yeah, that's a full can. Dude, I almost can bench 300 pounds right now, dude.
Are you really?
I'm freaking.
That's
I'm
crazy.
getting strong, dude.
I can't. No, look at you. I was an athlete in high school.
What'd you do?
I played rugby.
That's awesome.
I got my ass beat. Yeah.
I
that
also
was fun.
played rugby. Funny
Did you?
enough. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
shit. Well,
Dude, I was just one of the guys in the middle. I was
Yeah.
just a big scrum dude.
yeah.
Big on the
I bet.
scrums.
Yeah.
Big freaking get
Big
down in
scrum.
there. I was not fast, but I was very
Sure.
yeah. But I remember I had we won our league.
Yeah.
I played for the Colorado College
The fucking
yeah.
The Colorado College. is
not the
always-
college not the college team, but their younger
The club team. No, yeah,
the club team, yeah.
they're good. They were always good.
Yeah, no, yeah, I started.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, it's because honestly, the thing is most people were just fucking around. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I took it really seriously. Actually, I really enjoyed rugby. That's one of the things that I regret. It was awesome.
It was yeah. I liked the camaraderie of it.
dude,
compared to other
I was
American
thinking,
sports.
I'd love to go join a rec league. That'd be fun.
Right.
I think doing things to make friends outside of stand up is so good.
Pretty nice, yeah.
It's like, oh hey, there's one group of my friends that are not all clinically depressed
Right.
and alcoholics. That's great.
yeah.
Just one, just 5. I
It's
don't
good,
need
yeah.
9 people.
Yeah.
Because it's you got to have something that recharges you.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the comedians are by far my favorite people to talk to.
Sure.
Not close. But if you're hey, I'm going through a really tough thing right now.
Getting bits.
And it's have you thought about being less gay? You idiot. I'm like, God damn.
Let me get my riffs off on you.
Yeah, it's so bad. And
Yeah.
it's I can't be this is a tough time.
Right.
Yeah. It's because you deflect. And also the thing is I'm not perfect in that.
I think one of the funniest things about comics too is how they are some of my closest friends in the world, but damn dog, that's insane. I can't believe you just keep fucking doing. I want another one. I'm not gonna chug it though, because I'm a man and I can choose. I'm secure enough as a man to do only what I want, and that includes other men.
I respect that. Dude. I respect that. Good for you, man.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, dude. I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, "Hey, I have this guy as a friend, and he said if you ever wanted to try a guy, he'd be interested." It's very nice.
Yeah.
It was good sentiment, and she was like, "Would you think about it?" And I was like, "Well, you'd have to be really nice to me." It would be
You know what's so?
That's the line.
So you know what's? You know
I'm
what's,
one edible arrangement
Oh my
away.
God. You know what's so embarrassing about
Yeah.
when I came out, one of the first few there were great but one of the first men I kissed, it was because here's
Yeah.
the thing, I'm not trying to brag, but it was my type for a while was like bad goth bitches with fat asses and BPD, and that was like where I was dialed in.
Fucking been there, stuff.
And like it was, and they were like, they like it would hurt every time so much. And first man I kissed wasn't an Adonis, wasn't particularly this or that. He was just really nice to me.
I respect that.
Like,
yeah.
And it was, and you know what?
Yeah.
It doesn't change. It doesn't change with whatever hardware. The floor, the fucking bar for men, it's in the goddamn basement. Because I was like, you know what? He was nice. He was nice to me.
Absolutely. I'm like, you go out for pizza. Oh, okay.
Well, okay.
Get a couple
you're
Miller
like
High Lifes in me,
so
dude.
So you're like employed? That's so you're like employed, like, and you get like a regular paycheck? Like
you got a 401k?
Crazy.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
Most of the men I've ever been attracted to look like me. So for a while there, does
that mean you're a narcissist?
So that's what I didn't know if I was bi as much as I was just.
Dude, that's a great fucking joke. By
everyone's
the way.
like,
that's
everyone's
very
like,
funny.
Go fuck yourself. God, I would if I could.
God, you don't think I'm trying? Don't think I'm trying to
God,
get
I
other
wish
guys
I
with
could
freaking gold necklaces?
Where else am I gonna find another lanky 25-year-old white boy with a dirty baby mullet in the city of Denver?
Just go into
gold necklaces.
Go into any coffee shop, dude. It's just like,
he'll be fucking shift leading back there. So that's
yeah. He's shift leading and he's selling Oxycontin out of the back room.
I like it, and here's the thing. It's so funny. Like some, especially with like the like stereotype of like Denver dudes. I've tried so hard to not end up, but I look like this.
Yeah.
I am a barista. And I'll tell you right, I went from working at a place called Steam Espresso Bar to Roast Coffee Bar. It just fucking doesn't. I don't know what it is about the stupid city up there that makes us all end up looking like this, but
yeah, and then doing this every once in a while.
Yeah.
Orders up.
Before I knew I was gay, I used to do the thing where I was like, I'm going to Pride as an ally. I just support you all so much. So,
you're like, this is pretty fun time.
There was like one day I went one year and I did the like do you know the giant fans they do at Pride?
No.
They have these giant fucking fans and they're huge and they're made out of like canvas and they like whip through the air like how the drag queens do it. And I learned how to do it once and I came up to my friend who was trans at fucking Pride and I showed him. I was like, hey, look at what I learned. And I did the fucking like that. And then my friend goes, that's the second gayest thing you've ever done. I went, second, what's the first? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can whip them bitches. They like fly through the air. And they'll say shit like that. Yeah. But they were like, that's the second gayest thing you've ever done. And I was like, what the hell is the first? And they went,
that's hilarious.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's very funny. It's like,
it's
coming.
I was like, whoa! Yeah.
Dude, oh man.
It's so funny. I don't know, man. It's chill. I don't know. Everyone should, I don't know, watch a guy once or twice. If he does it for you, great. I don't know.
I don't know. Just that's how you give it.
You know
to
where I'm at. Yeah, I'll tell you this, young man. What I've learned, a hole's a hole, and that's for me that works. But you know,
hey, to each their own, man.
A hole's a hole, but the world's your oyster. That's what I say.
Put that in like the Bible font. Put that in the Bible font where it's like there's like it's like where they do the Bible verses. There's just like mountains in the background. Just put that.
A hole's a hole.
Hole's a hole. The world's your oyster.
The world's your oyster, though. So
stinky.
I do dream about being my goal is to end up as an old man on a porch who says things to like the neighborhood kids like that if they get too close to the porch.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Just like that.
Hey, boy, come here. Come here.
Basketball waters. Hey. Under my yard.
Excuse me, Mr. Alexander, can you throw us the Frisbee? Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something first. And you know I mean this. Who do I look like?
Caleb, don't do this.
No, I
Don't
loved
step on Evan's punchline.
Oh, fuck it. That's a new one. I'll take that. Olin Rogers? Goddamn right. I'll fucking take that to the bank. I like Olin Rogers. I'll take Olin Rogers.
And I pull pictures of Jeffrey Dahmer. This is very good for me. This sucks. Dude, like I was so sick.
Jeffrey
so
Dahmer.
freaking Guy Tori.
Yeah.
He's working on this whole like Jeffrey Dahmer chunk.
Yeah.
He's like, do you have a joke about you looking like Jeffrey Dahmer? And I was like, no. He's like, well, you should. This is what he said.
It's a great guy, too.
Yeah.
For a second, I didn't know if you were doing Guy Tori, if you were doing like a mob. Yeah, come on, boss. Come
Yeah,
on.
he was actually Italian. Guy Tori. Pull a picture of Guy Tori. He's a very famous Italian man.
My fate.
No, he's not. He's not Italian. That was a bit. I don't think so. Yeah, dude, it was very funny. Like we were sitting in the green
Where
room.
you go? Is he Mexican? Zooming in.
Enhance, damn it. Just
I'm looking.
no, yeah. So like we were sitting in the green room. And I was like, man, there's a lot of really cool hats in the crowd tonight. And then he was like, they just started busting out laughing. Because because also I was the only white guy on the show.
Oh, that's really.
It's because they're like dressed super nice.
No, I'm sure they were. I'm sure
they're all dressed super nice. I'm wearing like
you went out there and said, "Gee, what a bunch of really cool hats!"
I swear to God,
that's
dude.
really fucking.
I went out there. I was like, man, we got hats in here that cost more than my car, and that went pretty good. It was nice, man. They dress well, very good.
They dress well.
Yeah, dude. The crowd did. That's what I mean by they.
Who dresses well?
The crowd. The crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
The crowd. They dress well. They dress well. The crowd.
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld.
That's all I'm talking about. Jerry Seinfeld. I should have just done a bad Jerry Seinfeld impression. For my
there, just did Jerry Seinfeld.
Whoa. Dude, one of the things I always thought was very funny about watching Seinfeld is like Jerry Seinfeld just like dated the hottest girl of all time and then was like, no.
Sure.
Like, and what is very funny, I was talking with Caleb about this. It's like I showed Caleb some of the girls that like I've dated and stuff, and like there's like this one girl, she was like an Instagram model.
Jerry said, "Do you have the comedy?"
I do have the. I have the Jerry Seinfeld.
You were talking
where,
about these like male comics who were like, meh, whatever, like the so like up there. And just,
yeah, it's like she was very pretty, very attractive, and I was like, you know what? She asked me for help too often, and then just stopped talking to her. I don't want that. Dude, I have the Jerry in me. I have the Jerry in me.
a little bit of
Got a little bit of Jerry.
A little bit of Jerry and Larry. I was doing a bit for a while that I used to like, but then I did it at Comedy Works for my end set, and they were like, the notes I got, they were like, that joke, don't ever do that joke again.
That's hilarious.
I didn't even think it was that bad. I used to go up there. I was like, this is my impression of 1960s era edgy comic, edgelord Jerry Seinfeld. And you go up there, you go, you see this guy on the news? He's talking about, look at me, I have a dream. I say, big one, who cares? I have dreams too all the time. You don't see me telling everybody about it. I mean, Jesus Christ, I tell this guy to take a hike, but he just loves walking so much. It's like, buddy, why not just take the bus?
He walked all the way to Selma.
Literally.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Selma. And then I do that punchline. They're like, why not just take the bus?
Then the
For
crowd
the 1960
just bombing.
No, people liked it. The people at Comedy Works. I went back there and they were like, don't.
That's such a good
They
bit.
did not like it. So I have not
Fuck
done
'em.
that joke.
Do it.
I
Fuck
did it
'em.
for you guys.
Hey, man.
Here,
The
in
way you
this,
succeed at Comedy Works
here
is
in
you don't
this-
listen to any of the notes. The
You're
notes
right.
I've gotten, I got third at New Faces. I didn't listen to the notes.
you put on this Knight's voice when you do have this little comedy. You got this little comedy ego that you went from Jason. You went to I was talking. I got third in the New Faces competition.
Oi, bruv, they don't give that to just anybody. John Christ won it in 2003. It's just like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, but dude, like, didn't I like listen. I'm like I try to like take everything with a grain of salt, but I didn't implement the.
For the longest time, that was how stand-ups could get into these other industry jobs.
Yeah.
Was performing
Acting.
well, acting, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's kind of been a democratization of access to the next level in terms of like how you can make yourself a multi-dimensional, multi-talented person. You know, but on top of that, you don't need the club to get. You don't need the club to be seen by the most eyes possible. You need a good clip. You need a decent editing software that can do subtitles. You need to make sure your audio doesn't sound like shit.
Absolutely.
I think playing for clips is you always put on a good show, but like in terms of how like the essentialness of the club, it was essential for the longest time, and now it's just a really premium version of a particular kind of validation or like feather in your cap. Like it's really, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, Comedy Works is whatever. No, it's a fucking one of the best rooms ever, you know?
Yeah, I always say this fun bit that I do. And I say that I would burn down every single comedy club in Colorado Springs if I could do Comedy Works consistently. I would burn them to the ground. I love the fact that like I've hosted at like 3E's and Looney's, but I'm like, there was something about Comedy Works downtown that I would kill a family of 4 to do consistently.
And like, yeah, I think it's well earned, and I think but to some extent the essentialness of it, I think that's kind of what's eroded in the last 10 years. It's not as essential. It's important, and it's really hard to not quote unquote make it or advance without engaging.
Yeah.
Demands that you get good for that stage, but it's not necessarily quite to the point where it's worth just avoiding altogether, Like that requires more effort, I think, than it would be to just go through.
I think like you got to create your own opportunities.
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you want to like the fact that like honestly, I wanted to ask you a couple questions about what it's like when writing sketch comedy and stuff because like that's like I was talking with Caleb because we were talking about like how to grow a social media following because that's what we're trying to do with the podcast and everything is like to kind of build a business,
right?
Because your goal is to build a brand and then kind of carry that forward.
Yeah.
Hopefully, be able to market that. The fastest way to kind of get to that thing is like short form like kind of sketches and content and stuff like that. How would you say like your writing process is different for writing sketch versus stand up? And what are you looking for in terms of what makes you write a sketch?
I think so. I think first and foremost, so I think all three of them are really, all three, improv, stand-up, sketch. They're symbiotic to some extent. You can specialize and just do one. You can be better at one over the other. You don't have to do all three. I think to do sketch, it's really fun and helpful when you can do both improv and stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
I think for sketch, kind of like it. So for me, like stand-up taught me how to like trust my voice, my point of view, my funny, like just purely what I see. And that's really fun and helpful for just writing comedy in general. How can I find the funny and just through my point of view? Improv taught me how to find laughs in places outside of setup, punchline, outside of setting something up to knock it down. How to get a laugh out of, I don't know, tweaking the emotions of an interaction, how to get a laugh out of like posture, character, that kind of stuff. So for sketches, I kind of start there. Sometimes I have a premise, like a funny situation, and sometimes I just have a character, or sometimes I just have a voice. Sometimes I just have a weird non sequitur line. And so I start there, and then I always kind of try to anchor it towards something. Like, I don't know. So here's a non sequitur that's kind of, I don't think this is going to get made, but this was one I was toying with the other day. I saw on the news, El Nino is going to be pretty big this year. And then I started thinking, I was like, that's fun. You're going to be pretty big this year. And I'm like, gotta find a way. And I was like, oh my God, a guy who hears El Nino is going to be pretty big. El Nino is a weather system, for the record. Just putting that.
I didn't know what El Nino was.
El Nino is a Pacific Ocean weather system that determines how hot a summer, whatever. I don't know anything about it, but
El Nino.
Like a guy hears that this weather system is going to be pretty big, and his whole thing becomes, I got to find a way to get in on that. And like stressed about it. He's like calling DraftKings, being like, DraftKings, hello? Let me get 500 on the over on El Nino. This is going to be fucking huge, man. Let me get in on this. Like
also your delivery of that. Like kind of being like the wacky character and like selling emotion. Like, dude,
that's it.
There's a big difference between like, cause like I talk with other sketch people, like what I think is the funniest. Mm-hmm. I think Chris Farley is the best of all time. I I love Chris Farley.
Yeah.
And because I love the performance of the actor. It's like the Folgers thing.
Yeah.
That is 100% on how he sold it.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you son of a bitch.
Well, that's the other thing too. That's
It's like
what's so fun
yeah.
about sketch is where you can get laughs from. Like that's all acting. That's all performance.
I love that. I fucking hate writing. I hate it.
Sure.
It is horseshit.
I
I swear to God, I can riff a funnier line than most people can write. And I'm
Right.
like, fucking just put me in a funny situation. All like with me sitting at a computer being like, okay, so then they walk in to the little coffee shop. I'm like, I know that I can sell a character, and I have that confidence.
I think that's what's hard about sketch is it's not so much as it is like, let me just make a funny situation and go. It's cueing into what there's so many the range of like deliberate decisions you have to make expands. And with that comes a lot more creativity.
Yeah.
A lot of different ways you can get like with camera angles, like how fast you cut back and forth between something. When you start pushing in, what kind of music you choose to put underneath, how the frame looks. There's this whole thing about how like comedy is shot in wide frames.
Yeah.
Scenes look funnier when they're wide for some reason. You know, there's so many different elements, but the biggest thing that it comes down to at the end of the day is sincerity. Like I hate I think my favorite example of like a stand-up, like stand-ups making a sketch. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Stand-ups making a sketch, I can tell though, because there's almost like there's always like a sort of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like kind of tipping the hat to like, isn't this fucking weird? The funniest shit comes from like a character, not like a character, like that's why Tim Robinson is so funny. Again, his characters do not think they're being weird. His characters are being sincere. And that's why it's funny is because they're being sincere about really absurd things, but they're playing them like they're real and truthful. Like
that's great.
The sketch where it's like, come on, man, do you not know how to fucking drive? And the window rolls down and he's got tears in his eyes. And he goes, no, I don't know what any of this fucking shit is. And I'm fucking scared.
That's so funny.
He means that.
It's very
and
funny.
That's why it's funny. Versus like if he is like, you know, if he undercuts that and sells it short by going like, no. like that's, I think, because part of it with stand-up is we're trying to cue people in on like, this is fucking weird, right? With sketch, we don't cue them in. Part of the fun is like you're witnessing the thing unfold, and you got to kind of trust the audience to be like,
to be an intelligent
to
audience.
be like, that is fucking weird. Here's an idea of a sketch I had where a guy, the whole premise was it's the King Soopers $7 meat and jelly special, which by itself is pretty fun. But you shoot it like a real commercial, right? Make it honest. It's the King Soopers $7 meat and jelly special. Come to King Soopers this week, and if you give us $7, we will give you 1 pound of meat and as much jelly as you can carry.
As you can eat.
Like, yeah. And then I think so, like, I don't know. That's a goofy premise. Okay,
yeah, so then you play it straight.
Here's a goofy premise, right? Okay, and now then I try to think like because people will empathize with emotions. So weird things, people will be like, that's weird. Give it an emotion to it. People want to like dig behind it. So like King Super $7 meat and jelly special, that's absurd. And then like the next line after that is something like fucking King Super, come to King Supers, give us the meat money, we'll give you the meat, we'll give you the jelly. Then the next line is after that is like, there's enough. It's like something, it's like, let's go with fucking we'll do there's enough jelly for as much as you can take, but you only get 1 piece of meat. And like that's now we have our like tent pole to base all of our emotions around.
Yeah. Which is very funny to
You
describe.
get
It's
so many
also
different,
so
like-
hard to describe why that's funny. It's very tough.
Dude, it's the absurdest of like,
Yeah.
and like that's the other thing too is you start seeing these little places where laughs pop up, where people laugh because they're just uncomfortable at a situation because of the tension building, and they're waiting for the release to be like, oh, everything's safe. I think my favorite thing to do with sketch is absurdism, and I like Eric Andre is my favorite when he's at his
He
most
is a genius. Evan Joe.
emotional absurd.
Yeah, Evan Joe saw him
Yeah.
live, and he talked about it on the podcast, and he was like, yeah, like he just started like feeding people macaroni with his hands,
Right.
and like he just threw garbage all over the theater.
Yeah.
Like it's just all that different stuff.
There's there's a clip I think about all the time. He had Questlove as a guest.
yeah,
And it's Eric Andre's doing his interview, and it's the middle of the show. And Questlove he looks around and he goes, Hey, Questlove's in the house. And everybody kind of ignores him. And they go back to the interview and it goes back to him. He goes, Hey, Questlove's in the house. And then everyone starts to be like, shh, stop it. Questlove's in the house. And then there's this horror drone where it's like, boom, and it cuts back to Eric and he goes, You're not in the house, Questlove. You're nowhere. And then it's like, that's not grounded in any reality. But what's funny about it is you use a horror movie drone. You use like foreboding music. You use the facial expressions of everyone to cue in on like Questlove saying something weird, and that makes him the weirdo.
yeah. I heard
this tension. You don't say a single joke. There's no setup or punchline. And part of the laugh just comes from like introducing danger to people, and people laugh along with you because like, this is dangerous, but like, we're safe, right? We're safe, right?
Dude,
we're safe, right? And then
one of the funniest story I heard about the Eric Andre show was that he hired Jimmy Kimmel's son as an intern on his show and had Jimmy Kimmel on as a guest, and he put Jimmy Kimmel's son underneath the chair and had him tickle Jimmy Kimmel's taint the whole time.
Yeah.
During the entire interview.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds about right.
They didn't even film that.
But yeah.
That's just a story he told.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, I don't know. I can be a lot more articulate about it when I'm not 4 Miller High Lifes in, but
I think I'm fine. Wait.
I'm you're gonna do that again. That's like the fourth time?
Fifth.
The fuck, JJ, Jesus Christ. And you have to do that every time you finished. That's the biggest thing with sketch, I'll say, is just right.
There's something very funny about me like slamming a beer. I'm like,
How
does sketch comedy work?
how sketch comedy work? It's not. There's a million more things to control for quality. Like if you just want to go on the surface level, it's like you watch a sketch, you can tell, and like it doesn't require movie gear to make a good sketch, but you can tell when it's just someone setting up their phone and they're not caring for like how the shot looks or anything, right?
But yeah, but also the thing is that creating fast is good.
It is.
But like, we were watching before we started the podcast, we were talking about Trevor Wallace. Trevor Wallace's Bang Energy sketch.
Yeah.
That's just shot on a phone.
Right. Well,
Fucking genius.
That's the other thing about it too, is like it's also like it's not a guarantee you're gonna have a good sketch because you're shooting on good shit. Whatever the sketch you're filming for, you know, certain things can. Connor O'Malley shoots on a fucking goddamn selfie stick.
Yeah,
his shit's insane. Like, I think it's you got to control for there's like a floor of like your audio should sound legible, your visuals should look good enough, your editing should be crisp and be free of blatant mistakes. But in terms of like what makes it funny and different, it's where you can draw laughs from outside of just set up punchline. But it's also, it comes down to sincerity. Like, play it sincere. Play your character sincere. Don't betray the irony of your thing by like trying to give the like, you know, nudge, nudge, wink, wink to the camera. If you should have a sketch solid enough for like, if it's funny enough, you shouldn't have to try to, unless you're making a bit out of it. You know, sometimes there's fun in just being heavy-handed. But if you're counting on that wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the camera to like cue people in on like what this ironic part of this sketch is, like, bah. No, just commit to it. And that's the fun of it too.
Bit, baby.
That's the fun of it, man. That's the fucking fun of it, is the commitment to it. And like going up on, I think that's what's fun with doing, kind of coming at stand up through like a sketch angles. There's a lot of bits I have that like are not autobiographical. They read like character lineups for a sketch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun playing it with sincerity and getting the laugh from like making people think like, oh my God, this guy's fucking, like, he's just fucking like that.
Idiot.
That guy's just fucking like that, I think. Like,
I like that. Also, like, one of the things that I love about like doing stand up and also just like being a comedian in general is like how different the styles can be.
Yeah.
Like just in terms of like because I'm a very, very traditional stand-up. I'm very much like I'm a club comic.
Yeah. Set up
Like,
punchline, get the joke.
Set a punchline, do the jokes. Like that's just
Which
like
I got
how,
no qualms against. Yeah.
But the thing is like I respect what you do a lot. Like I love it. Your story about saying like just bombing, being like, guys, we gotta work together. Is so because I can never fucking think to do that. It's like that's fucking terrifying to me. Because like if I'm bombing, I'm like, fuck,
right,
this is bad.
Yeah.
And then I like kind of like panic, but just being like, guys, we're in the same team.
Yeah,
It's just like that, like labeling that emotion is so
well. That's
fun.
part of it too. I think sketch is just it's making a choice. You make a choice. You take a character, give them a problem.
Let's talk about window cleaning. This is for those of you in the Colorado Springs area only, by the way. If you're like most of us, the last thing you want to do is spend your spare time on a honeydew that more often than not looks like you cleaned it with a pork chop. Why not just hire a professional from the get-go to get those windows streak-free as your bride had in mind? Check out Bailout Window Cleaning on Facebook for your window cleaning and screen repair needs.
Give them an emotion. That's an old improv fucking thing, but it works beautifully in sketch, you know? Take a guy, I don't know, like, and Tim Robinson's sketch, for example. Take a guy, he doesn't know how to drive. He has to drive right now. And he's upset about it. And you go from there. And that's his whole fucking deal, really. Like, he gets so many laughs from just, you're laughing at some point, not at the setup punchline, but just at the logic of an absurd character who would act like that.
Yeah.
You're laughing when he grabs the steering wheel. Ow! Does it hurt? Yeah. Yeah, it does hurt. It hurts a lot. Like,
it's also just, it's like selling the bit.
Yeah.
It's like, because I remember I was watching this Chris Farley sketch on, it was like he was at SeaWorld. He's trying to flirt with this girl. Look, I'm sitting next to this pretty girl. And then every single time he just gets doused with water.
Oh, I know
He's
that
like,
sketch.
Son of a bitch. And like,
I know
he's like he sells it every time. Because I'm like, that wouldn't work if someone wasn't all in on it.
And like, you learn the relevant and the importance of a straight man. Sometimes it's not even just having the absurd thing. It's having someone who has like a rational mind to react to the absurd thing, to cue the audience in on like, no, that's an absurd thing. And that's where like so many times you make a sketch. I love taking note of writing sketches and like writing these like goofy fucking sketches. Like how many laugh lines come from not the funny thing that the absurd character says, but from the person just reacting logically to what the absurd person said, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just enough to have the absurd thing. You have to have some sort of rational voice that goes, that's an absurd thing. It's for your absurd person to double down and go, well, I'm fucking absurd and that's what I do. Like, I think that goes a long way. I don't know. There's so much different, so many, making people laugh is so hard.
Very hard.
Anyone who finds any way to do it, I have respect for. And I like the best improviser would have trouble doing stand-up, and as shitty and as gay as improv is, like the best stand-up would fucking drown in an improv scene, you know, unless they're, if they're not, if
but
that's
it's the crossing. I've done improv too.
Yeah.
And like I'm not bad.
Right.
Like it's commitment. It's like also it's just like
commitment, and
there's a certain level of just like natural.
Yeah, I think what makes intuitive sense to you. I think they're all learnable. That's the other thing too.
I'd rather fuck around. Like I'd rather like go.
I think that's real.
And do that. And also like it's like there's not a right answer for like creativity too. It's like everyone has a different path. Like there's good like I know people that are incredibly disciplined at writing. Incredibly disciplined.
Right.
And they can go be like line by line by line. That's just not me. And the thing is just like having that awareness. It's like I guarantee you I can sell that character. I can go Farley and I could like sell this bit.
Right.
Like, I can sell the joke, I can act, and I can do that stuff. But like if you want me to go sit down in a writer's room and me be by myself in a room being like, okay, well, then we went into the coffee. I'm like, that makes you fucking pissed off.
Sure. And like part of it too, I think also with writing sketches, so much of the fun of it and so much of like the realness of it comes from like, as a writer, I always feel like if I've written a sketch and I'm giving it to somebody and like I had this person in mind to be this character and they're just dropping the ball and like not hitting it, I'm always thinking first and foremost, I'm like, what did I fuck it? Like, you want to write a role that you give to somebody that they read and they go, yeah, this is for me. I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, and that, I think that's another big part. Like you're talking to, like, I love doing that. I love coming to people with a written sketch. I mean, like, this is done. This is ready to go. I want you to be this person. And like watching them read it and be like, yeah, that's me. I can fucking crush this. Cause there's something fun about being a writer and like having someone in mind, having a particular character in mind and being like, oh my God, this is for this person. You start writing in their voice and you start writing in their way that they set up and they're like, they ad lib in the way that you know they will. And
like also giving room for that is like very, very smart.
yeah. And you know the difference between like when you've written a character and you're like, I've written this to be exactly to a T, exactly how I've seen this. And like letting go of your ego and being like, I've written this to the extent that I can see. It's time to give this to someone else and see what they see that I don't. And I think just checking your ego and knowing
that's hard though.
Yeah. I think that's why I like sketch writing. Because a lot of the sketches I end up writing, I end up being the straight man in, which means I've come up with the goofy, silly freak character. And like for me, I'm always like, I want this sketch to land. And I find the most control I have over that is as being the person who sets up like the reaction, the straight man, without the goofy, silly, crazy lines. I'll write a character for myself, and then I'll be like, I want the joke to hit, so I'm gonna make myself the straight man. Now let me go find someone to be this fucking freak. It's much easier to find someone to be a fucking freak than it is to be like, sick ringtone.
Dude, sorry, ADD, dude. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
What the fuck is that?
I'm 5 minutes. Wait, I'm about to be 6 minutes.
Well, we've reached the point of the show where I'm gonna go pee in that one room.
Dude, go piss, dude. Hey, we can come back and we'll close it out.
We'll close that. Yeah, fucking. I can take the mic with if you want. Stream live.
Live stream the piss, dude.
So at 2 a.m, you have to go put your dogs in the shed?
I swear to fucking God, the situation is insane, man. What the fuck am I putting myself into with my goddamn mom?
What have I gotten myself into?
You go put the dog in the shed. They're putting 2 dogs in the shed. What's going on?
She comes to me and she says, Jason. I say, Ma.
Ma, I can't put the dog in the shed.
She says, Jason. I say, Ma. She says,
Marlon Brando's one of the only impressions I can do. What's very funny is my Marlon Brando and Trump are like right
I
there.
bet they're right next to each other.
They're right next to each other. Marlon Brando's right here. And Donald Trump is right here.
That's not bad, man.
I have a good
That's
Trump.
Motherfucking, what's his name on SNL?
Shane Gillis.
Fucking,
the guy, yeah.
The guy who does the Trump impression on SNL.
The guy who does the Trump impression.
Who does the Trump
I'm way better than him. I'm much better than
That's
him.
it. That's like the of all the people I know in my immediate circle who've like tried that. And again, I'm in comedy. It's many people. That's the best one I've heard.
Yeah, dude. I went to Vegas and I had.
Did you ask for lessons? Was there a guy giving?
No, man. I did LSD in Los Angeles and I was there with Corey Deck, and Corey Deck's like, LA's amazing. It's a great city. Everything about it's so great. I love it here. Everyone's so funny and everyone's so pretty. And I'm like, this is a bullshit town. Everyone here is ugly. I hate them all. They're all fake. I know that she has fake breasts. I don't like those at all. I like the real women, the good ones. It's just like, I was rocking around LA just ripping. And I was like, it was like, this is a pizza shop run by a bunch of bisexuals. There's a bunch of communists here. Just like, dude, I was just so like, because the thing about Los Angeles is I just hated the fakeness of it. I think I could live there genuinely. But the thing is, it's just like the performative nature of like,
there's a little
I'm an Instagram influencer. Actually, oh my God, I'm going to hang out with Matt Rife and I'm going to post it on my Instagram. And then everyone's going to see how successful I am.
He's got the most I'll say this about Matt Rife. I bet his Nintendo Me looks exactly like him. He's got the most fucking
handsome as shit.
Square jaw. Like, I know the head. There's like a head that looks like toast.
I've been watching videos on like how.
If that works, I bet. Look at his face. No, I bet you can make. God damn, dude. He looks like
like Madison Beer.
He looks like
Matt Rife and Madison. Put Matt Rife, Madison Beer right next to each other.
He looks like a Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy. He looks like like if you like fucking stuck some dust destroyer in Cillian Murphy's lips and just went like flated them up. Yeah, I like her too.
Good for them.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
I don't think Matt Rife's pretty.
I don't think you're gay.
No, I think I am. I don't think that looks like a guy's idea of what a girl thinks is pretty.
Yes,
that's what that looks
that's
like.
What Matt Rife, I'm like, that's a hot guy, and then you're like, no, he's not that hot. I'm like, I'm fucking. No, I'm fucking gay. Dude. It's very funny. Like I'll talk with like I'll try to defend what guys I think are attractive to girls that I talk to.
What men do you find attractive?
Fucking Matt Rife, Chris Hemsworth, Jason Momoa, and then all these girls like, you know who's really handsome?
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet. I'm like, I could punt that motherfucker.
You probably
dude.
could.
I could beat the shit out of Timothy Chalamet.
I'll say it as an emaciated, curly-haired, fucking skinny old boy. Like,
I'd beat the fuck out of that.
Yeah, man. This is our prototype. This is it's our time to shine right now. I don't know what to tell you.
He just looks like a lady. That's what's.
Yeah, and that isn't that.
That's not even gay. That's not even gay.
I used to have a sketch I wanted to do a while back that was and now it's Swamp Celebrity News with Biff by the river. Biff, and it's me in overalls with wheat in my mouth, you know. And I just go, they're saying, you know what they're saying? They're saying that
He
old
looks like this chick.
Oh my God, he looks exactly like her. That's Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. No, you want to be a little man that looks like a lady a bit.
Not even being gay then.
I know.
That's so fucking funny. That's so funny. It's like, cause like what I'm looking for in a man is just like, God damn
You're
it.
looking for like man.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's funny. Like,
that's not even like.
I'll be honest right now. I think there's such a thing. There's like too many muscles at some point. Like, and I'm not even. And I know I'm not alone in that. I know. In fact, I'm not alone.
If I was gonna fuck a guy, that guy be ripped. That guy would be hot.
I know. Too many muscles. At some point, it's weird. It's the fuck. Why is the side of your stomach hard?
Take that. Is that Matt Rife?
That Matt Rife.
Best female bodybuilders.
Matt Rife is like a straight man's idea of what a woman finds attractive in men.
That's true, but it's not true. Apparently, whatever is attractive to women is whatever I'm not going for. Like,
Sure.
it's just like guys who look like they have leukemia, and like I don't understand. Because I'm trying to get ripped and jacked.
That's
and like,
fine.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, like, I hope that there's someone that likes that. 6 million likes. Let's fuck around, dude. Go pull up freaking Matt Rife kissing, dude. Matt Rife kissing.
I bet I want to know how he does it. Sure.
Put on mine. Wait, it's my recent searches.
It autofills.
Matt Rife kissing compilation. I'm like, oh no.
It autofills when you type M. You
Type M.
fucking search
Matt
it
Rife
up
kissing. I'm like, shit, dude. It is very fun. No. It was for the podcast.
I fucking share a Google account with my mom.
Dude, no, that's totally my little sister, dude. It doesn't. Dude, you ever get caught looking at porn, dude?
Me?
You ever get caught? Yeah. I've never gotten
Not
caught.
in a while. I learned
What'd you learn?
how not to anymore.
Not to watch porn.
Namely, on the family computer in the middle of the basement that you can see directly when you just walk down the fucking stairs. I learned to stop doing that at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. is bold.
Just
You pull up at 6 a.m., you're like,
yeah.
about to go to school.
Oh, I've been caught. Yeah.
I did. I almost got caught one time.
You almost
I
got
was
caught?
watching the Nicki Minaj Anaconda music video.
I was doing it for you.
Yeah, dude. Pull up Nicki Minaj Anaconda music video. Like, this is what
I was there. I remember.
I
this.
didn't watch. 1 billion views.
When she and all the other women do
Good for me. That's what very progressive, Jason.
What's progressive about this, Jason? So progressive hero Jason Alexander
Jerked off to Nicki Minaj music.
admits Anaconda music video did it for him.
Liberal icon Jason Alexander.
It's so woke, Jason. That's crazy.
Oh God!
I
No,
think,
but this is it. This is I was like, I was watching this on the family computer. Fucking, Scott, I was doing research.
that's funny.
And Kim Kardashian paper magazine.
That's
cover.
crazy.
It was very funny because like I had this thing on my computer called Covenant Eyes. So it would send my search history to my stepdad.
What?
And he's like, I was like,
Sorry.
Well, my sister was like,
Hold on.
Yeah.
One of the funniest sentences ever said by someone who looks like you of all time. That goes across the board universe. Someone like you saying, yeah, I had this thing called Covenant Eyes that would send my search history to my stepdad.
Yeah.
Is comedy gold.
Oh, no, dude. Like, it would get sent to my stepdad, and they confronted me one time. They're like, Jason, what's going on, bud? And I'm like, well, my sister was using my computer. She was looking up nipples and stuff. He's like, and then they're like, Jason, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you looking up the Kim Kardashian paper magazine cover. And I was like, crazy. That's my bad on that. Just been fucking jorking it, just being like, Mom, I'm sorry. That's on me. Just being like, Kevin, I'm sorry, dude. I'm trying my best here.
I love the idea of a stepdad you call dad, but we'll correct you on just saying,
no,
Mom, Dad, Kevin, I'm sorry.
No, I'm Kevin, dude. You're Googling freaking Kim Kardashian on Google.
They said she broke the internet.
She did.
I wanted to see if it was still working. It's a family computer. I took that risk for us.
Yeah, dude, it was very funny because also my stepdad was very, very smart with computers, and I got grounded one time.
Oh.
And I was watching Jimmy Fallon on YouTube, and he had a mobile desktop, so he could go and like put a chat box on the screen, and you just drag the chat box over on the family computer screen. It was like, it doesn't look like you're doing homework, Jason. Just terrifying, dude.
That is terrifying.
I'm like, fuck, this is bad. I'm just like freaking out.
I would fucking, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, he's a wizard. I'm like, freaking Kevin, stop having sex with my mom, please.
Jason, you're not doing homework. Shut up. Separate message. Kevin, separate message. Go have sex with my mom. Separate message. Asshole.
Piece of shit. No, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Kevin, he has sex with Jason's mom. Jason Alexander show.
Like, I have this bit, and it's like, I love my stepdad. Like, I like my stepdad the most you can like a guy who's not your dad that's currently banging your mom. It's like whatever that is. That's how much I like Kevin. That's pretty funny. He's a good guy, dude. He's a good guy. Was very also,
if it weren't for the fact that he were banging my mom, I'd go as far to say he's a chiller. But
he's a cool dude.
But the whole banging my mom thing, that's like a -20 right off the top.
Like, I could see myself and Kevin being friends if he wasn't.
If you remove the banging my mom handicap, he's actually a pretty cool guy. Not necessarily cool enough to break past the banging my mom handicap. Sure. Oh, thanks. I was hungry. Do you want to do all of mine? There's still liquid in some of them. This is my little freak thing I do. I take the top off.
I do too.
And then I chew it and then I spit it in there. Bang! Mike Breen. Bang! Is that Mike Breen? NBA.
Dude, I'm so freaking strong,
How
dude.
are you doing all this, man? 6 Miller High Lives. Can you feel that? Does that hurt?
I don't feel anything anymore.
Real. Okay. Real as fuck.
God, I just want my fucking head scratched. Damn it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We were talking about on the phone earlier today. We
Yeah,
were
how
talking
to
about
find love.
not how to find love, but I was talking about how like I always in the first person
Say it first.
to say I love you. I'm always the first person to say I love you.
I say it. I think.
Let's crush this case.
Why
Let's
not? Fucking, I got whatever.
I got whatever.
You know, drunk driving's only illegal because the people who are bad at it. Just kidding. I love being employed. That's what I said. I said I love being employed.
Who needs a job? You know what? If you can get unemployment and food stamps, you probably don't need a job. If you have a girlfriend that makes more money than you, which is all that we need. All I want in life is a girlfriend that makes more money than me so I can fuck around.
Yeah. I made a mess. Napkins because I fucked with them all.
I did. I also met Caleb on the. Hey, number 6, put a counter. Come on.
This guy's. You put a counter, man. That's on you. You gotta. You know what we should get? We should get like a little. You should get like a band, like a full band, like David Letterman.
I should get a band.
You should do the band episode where they all like. It's like a full band, like a 20 people, but they all have to stand on this side of the.
I think I'd get a symphony. I think that's what I
symphony. The symphony. We did talk about saying I love you first.
Yeah, man. It's hard.
Saying I love you first?
I always say I love you first. I think like it's just I'm not a cool guy. I'm not like
that's all subjective. I'm not I think
you're a cool guy. You're wearing a gold chain right now.
Well,
look at you.
But this is
look at your hair. Look at my hair. Do you think this is the hair of a cool guy? I'm not a cool guy at all. I have to wear a hat. Cool guys don't wear hats. Maybe I can wear it like this, and that's cool.
That's not true.
But that's not cool because I'm a white guy, and that sucks.
Kind of funny.
This is douchebaggy.
That's getting a little
all
entourage.
these girls. I was like, I always talk to these girls like, oh yeah, not when you wear your hat backwards. I'm like, so you want me to look like a fucking piece of shit? You want me to look like an asshole? You want me to look like I freaking go slash tires outside of Big O? You know what I'm saying?
That doesn't work with these girls.
Doesn't work. Apparently, girls want a guy that looks like a woman.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Keep saying it. No, pretty boy. Pretty boy supremacy.
You are a pretty boy.
Thank you so much.
I'm not a pretty boy. I'm trying to get there.
You could be a pretty boy.
I think if I like
anyone could be a pretty boy. No, that's not part of it.
Don't think that's pretty.
No. Well, no.
It's always guys that look like they have leukemia.
No. That's not true. I think there's something to be said about the dad bod. You know,
I'm strong.
They say, yeah, that's good. Why can't I get a girlfriend? I'm so strong.
I'm strong enough to freaking bench press 275 pounds, but I can't freaking ask out a lady. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's all you got to just. I don't know. It's the hokey advice, but it's real. Just be yourself.
I don't think that's true.
Whatever. I dress like a fucking fool. You know, I go to Goodwill and I buy people's dead grandparents' clothes.
It's good on you.
Yeah, because I decided that this is lame as shit, but I just like doing it.
But look at this shirt. Look at
Are you cozy?
I'm dadded up right now, dude. Like I'm in.
Those are good shorts too. Yeah. To some extent, it's just saying I am how I am.
I respect that.
I am how I. And then I don't know. That works for me. I'm a guy who's like this. That's what I always say. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gayer in certain ways. There's definitely You know what I've maintained.
One of the ways.
Specifically in my attraction to penis, I'd call that pretty gay. I'd say that's gay.
God, do I every day? Every day I go to bed.
But then I sit there and I have sex with a woman as a man, and I say I don't know how gay this is actually, depending on who I'm having sex with. You know
the hardest part about having sex with a woman is?
No, it's not my penis. I'll tell you that. I'm on mother freaking Lexapro. Okay, so
that's so fucking funny.
I am on Lexapro, actually.
Not my
I have 5 fucking minutes about it, actually.
You got a tied 5 about your
about Lexapro.
Soft talk.
I come out, and I go, oh my God, somebody came! And everybody cheers, and I go, I'm not talking about you people. That's an impression of me after sex. I'm on Lexapro. Thank you very much. Do you know about Lexapro?
You're more like a Lexa amateur, am I right?
All right. I don't get it. Okay.
Look at all these fucking Miller High Life cans. Jeez.
Yeah, you did all that.
God is
I helped
good.
a little bit.
We have a good time, man.
I think
Yeah.
being hot is 50%, 55, 60%. In fact, I'd say is about just deciding
That you're hot.
that you are hot and that you are like that you're cool in the ways that you find cool to yourself. I go birding. I think that's pretty cool.
Birding? What's
Yeah.
birding? Is that when you like put
Binoculars.
Oh, I thought like
what
that's
were you?
like.
Stop. Actually, never mind what birding is. What did you think it was?
I thought birding was when like you take your wiener out and you like say, "Hey, look, I caught a bird," and then you walk up to different people.
Yeah, that's my hobby. That's
You're
my
like-
hobby. I do, and not
You're
only
like,
is that.
you're like at an open mic and you're like, "Hey guys, guess what? I caught a bird." Just walking around.
That's the hobby of birding. That's what I do all the time.
Like, oh, friggin'. Look at that guy's penis.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I think checking out people with a telescope is hilarious.
Oh, that's a funny bit.
This is a very funny bit. Just a guy at a mall.
Auga! Shiver me timbers, goddamn!
God, look at the ass on that guy, dude.
Yeah.
Like fucking with a telescope.
Buddy as fuck.
My uncle was telling me when he was in the Marine Corps,
Uh-huh.
there was this guy that was in his this troop,
Uh-huh.
and he would go to the mall, and his goal would be to try to take pictures under people's skirts.
Oh, he would upskirt people.
Yeah,
That was your uncle?
not my uncle,
Uncle's friend.
uncle's friend. Well, I'm sure friend. I hope.
friend.
I hope not. I hope they weren't pals. I
Wait,
hope
what
he's
is
not
sorry? What is
texting.
the line in relation to your? This is a guy your uncle knew about.
No, he was like my uncle was a drill sergeant in the Marines.
Oh, I see.
And there was a guy that was upskirting.
Yeah.
And my uncle's like, "Why the fuck are you doing that?
Yeah,
You know
that's some
there's
freaky
porn
shit.
on the internet." And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
What are you talking about?
He's just like in there, dude. I
Evan, what are you talking about?
just reinforce.
This is my phone. This is my phone.
Dude, it's so funny that your flashlight was on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're just taking an upskirt with the flash on. That's
That's what I'm
bad.
saying. Yeah, the guy coming up. Hey, man, you got to stop doing that. Whoa, what are you fucking?
I'm not doing nothing.
I'm just on my phone.
I'm looking at Instagram.
I'm like,
lean over for you to try to take a picture real fast. Yeah, that seems like a bad hobby. I think you should just like start knitting or something.
crocheting.
Crochet is pretty cool.
My mom crochets. She's very good.
It's good.
Very good at it.
You can make a beanie.
No, my mom embroiders. Sorry,
Embroiders.
embroiders. Not
Embroider. Hardly know her. Come on.
there. You go. The whole thing now. Come on. Any more that got on your cheek, I was gonna disqualify that.
We're having a good time.
We're having fun.
I'm like, I can't let my guests drink more beers than me.
You don't have to. Yeah.
You can't. You're just like, let's fuck around. It's tough out here for a pimp.
Can I fuck around with that knife?
Osama bin Laden matchbook. Collector's item.
Yeah. From where did you get this?
Internet. No. So that is basically to show whoever the most wanted people.
Oh my god.
Pretty cool. Yeah, he was. He served.
This is how they.
Yeah,
told
he actually served in Al Qaeda. Actually,
Sure. This is how they told people about.
like whoever the most wanted.
Like this is
people.
their like milk carton like missing.
Yeah, not missing, but it's like if you see this person, shoot them on sight. Pretty much.
This work?
Oh, I think we got him. I hope so.
I hope so. I remember the night we got Bin Laden. I was in 7th grade, and my friend's dad woke us up at 4 a.m. And he goes, "Hey, hey!" He was in the Marines. He goes, "Hey!" We wake up. He goes, "We got Bin Laden. We got him. We got Bin Laden." Then he went away, and then he came back. He goes, "You guys want breakfast?"
Hey, you guys want Frosted Flakes? We just got Bin Laden.
Like at 4:30 in the morning. I was, no, Sean, I don't fucking.
No shot. Oh. Dude, also, I would like to say that Kevin is the most stepdad name of all time.
Kevin's a stepdad or Scott. Here are the stepdad names: Kevin, Scott, Steve,
Jeremy.
Just
grunt.
God.
Ugh, disgusting.
You know who's a special like variant of stepdad? God, it's my fucking stepdad, Grant.
Grant. Do you have a stepdad?
No, I don't. I have a dad and a mom.
I'll kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Very funny thing.
And that's why I turned out like this, is because my parents are still together. So
it's like, I do think that there's like two kinds of parents that make comedians:
divorced and together.
No,
Okay.
divorced, and then people like either you're like, this is the thing with parents, right?
Yeah.
If your parents weren't divorced, they should have been. If you're a comedian, they should have been divorced. If you're a comedian, like if you like went to school and go show up every day, and then your parents are like, "Hey, we love you and support you," you're not gonna be funny. But if your parents are fighting and you're like in the middle, that makes you funny. Like, it's like bad stuff makes you. There's so many fucking Miller High Life.
There's
kids.
a lot, and a Bang energy.
What a wacky combo! And fucking an entire.
Right. This was great.
Can someone that watched this podcast please do the math on how many calories are in 8 Miller High Lifes in an entire Dr. Pepper milkshake?
Here's the person that watches this podcast doing the research right now.
It's gonna be my
the
mom.
one person right here doing it for us.
It's gonna be only my mom that's in here right now. That's
Yeah.
right. That's made it this far. My mom, and then people that don't like me in the open mic comedy scene. That's
Yes.
the only people that view this fucking shitty
Hate
podcast.
viewing. That's 2,000 calories on this fucking table right now.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah, you're at least, because I don't know. I drink a few of them.
All I know is I lost count. Oh,
Get a burger too.
I
had a couple of hot and spices on my way down here.
Ooh, got a hot and spicy
Yeah, they
chickens from McDonald's.
Yeah,
God, I love McDonald's so much.
Doug. Yeah, Taco Bell's that's my one.
Bang, no calories. Look at me. Good for
No
me.
fucking way that this.
Good
Wait,
for me.
what do you mean the energy drink?
It does give you AIDS.
Powered by AIDS. Yes.
Powered by, dude. This powered by AIDS, dude. I'm freak. Dude, Freddie Mercury looked good in the later years, man. I got a patty melt. That's got to be a
Patty melt.
Patty melt from Whataburger. 1,100 calories. Oh my god, I have to fast tomorrow. 1,000. No, it's 1,100.
Oh, 1,000.
And then yeah. No, that's all I ate today. I ate 3,098 calories. That's fucking insane. Are you on your phone right now? How fucking dare you?
Checking my Battle Cats.
Battle Cats? What's that?
The game I play on my phone because I had to get rid of the other game I was playing on my phone. It was called Godzilla Battle Line, and it was a carbon copy of I don't know, some other mobile game, but it was just reskinned with Godzilla. Thank you. I had to get off of Godzilla Battle Line because I got banned from the Reddit.
Why'd you get banned from the Reddit?
I got beat by a guy in Godzilla Battle Line whose name in the game was Führer, and I went into the Reddit. I was like, I need to win. My toxic trait is I need to win in at least one way. I can lose on all fronts, but as long as I have one reason where I'm like, and I won that one, it's fine. But I went in there and I was like, fucking Führer, that's your name in this game for kids? Really?
And
just
you're
like,
as a Jewish man, I need to have honor.
Here's the thing. I know about Reddit, and I know one of the quickest ways to weed them out of the the crevices. You walk into a subreddit and you go, pop the grenade. You go, I can't believe someone was racist. And you throw that. And you wait for them to come out of the woodwork and hit you with, so I'm not allowed to be racist. And guess what? Führer came out of the woodwork and he went, I bet if my name was Cracker, you wouldn't even be complaining right now. And here's the awful thing about that, is that guy is definitely just like in the wrong. But I felt like the Punisher killing like cops in that, like, I do this for my own little reason. Like, I did not fight him because he was racist and awful. I fought him because he beat me at the Godzilla game on my phone.
I respect
that. And I ruined his day. And he gave me, so it's racist for me to, would you call it racist if I said my name was Cracker? That's all I needed. I took it and I ran with it. And it was like a 100 comment thread on the Godzilla Battle Line Reddit. And I got banned for not being nice. And then I got banned from messaging the moderators because I kept messaging them at other comments of people not being nice, being like, is this guy getting banned too?
It's very funny.
And,
Also, I've noticed on your Twitter,
yeah, man,
you get in battles.
No,
You get like that's something I love about watching you on social media. It's very funny to me because honestly, I don't care about a lot of things. But the fact that you'll stick it out. Like there was this guy who I think blocked you on Twitter and then you just kept leaning in and you just like, I didn't fucking block you. You faked that I blocked you, which is so funny.
So no. Not at all. Yeah, you'll never. So here's the thing. It was a good year for healing, but I've had a lot of anger in the last year.
I respect that.
I put it all on this godforsaken website. And you know what? Here's the worst part. I had a breakthrough a while ago where I was like, you know what? If I went out to the mics more, I'd probably get in Twitter fights a lot less. I don't know which one's like the more ethical.
Would I rather yell at someone to their face about?
I don't know if it's more ethical for me to go up there and be like my mom, my relationship, my calm for 5 nights a week or 5 minutes a night,
yeah.
Or if it is to
yell at a stranger.
Well, and like, I'm not proud of how I act.
I think it's Old Bay.
No, that's me on Instagram. Old Bay Seasoning Official.
Yeah, plug it.
And I don't use my fucking name on this website. I'll never tell you.
So go to my followers.
I'm a menace on this website.
Go to Jason_standup.
I'm a menace. I know what I am.
Yep, George Costanza.
My partner one day.
Go to followers.
I was minding my business. And my partner, when I'm on Twitter one day, and it's like.
Gonna be.
And my partner leaned over to me and they go, I think you're one of those guys that makes the internet a bad place.
Matt Rife?
That's me right there at Matt Rife.
You do look like Matt Rife, dude. You're a handsome motherfucker.
Don't put that on me.
Do look good.
I appreciate that. I'll take that. Hell yeah, baby. I'm going for a job right now.
That's fucking hilarious. I cannot believe I'm not following. Oh, no, I'm following you.
You are. I'm just on private right now because I'm trying to get hired.
Dude, you're trying to get a new
There's
job?
Columbo right there, actually. Do you guys know about Columbo?
Columbo.
So that's Peter Falk, another one of the greatest Jews of all time. And he was.
Can you rank your top 5?
I can't give you the top 5, but I can just list some off the top of my head. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Fran Drescher, here we go. Yeah, we can get into this.
Yeah, Sam Altman. CEO of OpenAI.
I can't believe the Jerusalem Post put that list out.
The Jerusalem flag. Fucking click on it, goddammit.
Motherfucking shit.
Click that shit, dude. Fucking click.
That's great. That's great. Anthony Blinken, he's a Jew.
The protest leader? That's not even a person.
In general, who else are the? Let's get a look at.
Which one's the hottest
of the Jews?
Dude, I gotta give it.
I like Fran Drescher.
Oh, Zuckerberg. Okay,
he's a Jew. Really?
Good for him.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Why didn't I know that? Oh, fuck.
You should, dude. I freaking Eddie Berg.
I don't really know many of these fucking.
Yeah, CEO of Mattel.
Yeah, Sylvan Adams. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Barbie movie. Good for him. Standing
Israel's,
with Ukraine.
I don't know what that is.
I don't understand why that has anything.
I don't really know
being
any
Jewish
of these.
has anything to do with Ukraine. Pillars of Zion.
Those are my people.
What's JFA? Click on Finger Nut.
Finger.
I'm
Fingerhut.
autistic.
You want to know about Fingerhut?
Tell me a little bit about Fingerhut.
You want to know about Fingerhut? You got to get one of these. You got to be in the know to
Google
know.
how much for how much for one of those sick fucking big old chicks.
I got this one from
I was
my
talking
dead grandma.
Wait, Jews don't believe in heaven? I
Or
don't know
hell.
that.
Be nice and die. That's kind of the whole
Yeah,
fucking...
honestly, that's kind of gangster. I respect
Some Jews. Well, you fucking... That's the fucking way she goes.
He served as president and CEO of Mattel International from 2013 to 2019. Earlier, he served as vice president of education and STEM learning business at Mattel Memorial Institute, chancellor of the Ohio Board of Regents, Ohio State Senator, member of the United States House of Representatives for one term.
You said you were bad at reading, but you're kind of bodying
I'm
this.
hammered. And apparently when I'm drunk, I can fucking read very
You're
well.
bodying this. I don't know shit about Eric David Fingerhut, but
Fingerhut was appointed chancellor of the Ohio Board of Regents on March 14th, 2007 by Governor Ted Strickland. This position, member of the Ohio Governor's Cabinet on February 22nd, 2011, he submitted his resignation to Governor John Kasich. Effective, John Kasich. Isn't he the guy that ran against Trump?
he did in 2016.
John Kasich. Nobody likes this guy. Okay. We have a fun time. Battle Cats. Look at that.
Oh, Battle Cat, a really good game. I played on my phone. So that's the basic cat there, and you can recruit your fighters. And
This is not an ad read.
no, I like this game. I just play it.
Dude, I freaking play Retro Bowl. Fucking rules.
I like retro, but I've been playing. I bought myself something. Stressed me out. I got a PS5 so I could play Helldivers 2.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Game is so fucking good. If that's the most toxic masculine aspect of me, is I still play video games and I still play them like how I did.
Is video games a masculine trait?
I don't think no, but the way I like I was reared in that like Call of Duty lobby,
Yeah.
like during the pandemic it came out.
Yeah.
I remember feeling like I like had how like there's like a monster in me, this little middle schooler that played Call of Duty. And like I have control, but every now like playing Call of Duty and I get beat by like a child. Like I feel like people our age, we were the original squeakers. We were the original kids who would log on and be like, my fucking grenades aren't working. And like some like 24-year-old in the USC dorms would be like, fuck off, you fucking squeaker. Wait till your fucking balls drop.
You're like, oh man.
But I had a kid. God,
Yeah.
good. I had a kid that beat me at Call of Duty once. And he started going off and he was like, fuck you, man. Fuck, blah, 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 blah. It just came out of me. And I said, you shut your fucking mouth, little man. It's like, I've had more pregnancy scares than you've had sex. And I'd be like, dude, I just said that to a fucking 12-year-old. That disease brought the worst out of us.
Dude, what is very funny is like if anything I said when I was 14 years old came public, I would not have a career.
I'm done. It's fine. Yeah, I've come to peace with that. I know.
I respect that.
I think I've done a good job of hiding it.
Yeah, that's right. You forget.
But you know,
I don't even know what a regent is. To be,
that's a college thing. I'm gonna be honest.
Did you see that they're starting to record the lobby chats now? Or the party
I did
chats?
see that.
oh fuck,
Fuck.
shit. Oh nuts! Xbox Live. Oh shit.
They're recording it all.
Okay.
Yeah, much better that we record the most incriminating things we say on podcasts like these.
Yeah, so I don't think I said anything bad on this one, but there's a good chance.
Yeah, I never know. It's out of my hands.
That's true. God.
None of my business.
You ever just freaking hit the freaking points of the cross, dude?
Sometimes I do. My mom was Catholic, so I do know how to do all this shit. I went to a couple.
Do Jewish people do like the points of the Star?
I
of
know,
David?
but I did.
The points of the Star of David.
I used to convince people in high school that we did.
You make two big triangles.
That's what I used to say. That's exactly it. I'd come up to people. I'd be like, you know how Catholics do that? Well, Jews do the Star of David across their heart as well. And they'd be like, really? I'd be like, no, you fucking idiot.
You just can win. Like, that's the thing, is like you can just make up a thing and then people will believe it because they're like, dude, that's very funny because you just win. Like,
yeah,
like I was trying so hard to like be like a cool white guy in front of Guy Tori. It just makes you seem like a piece of shit.
Oh, that's I think that's the secret to being cool, is just owning up to like what you do is what you do. I had a show where like it was I followed a black comic who did like a slam poem at the end, and it was like this room full of just like 100% just black people, and like the guy before me was like Hakeem something, and like so he gets to open and he tells all his jokes, and it's definitely like he's like playing to his crowd, you know.
Yeah.
And then they call me up, and I walk up in my fucking houndstooth jacket. And I just went up there and I went, hi, everybody. And it's this room full of just, you know, it was like in like the fucking, the walls were like the Rastafarian flag. And then like there was like Liberian stuff. So I go up there, I go, hi, everybody. My name's Evan Davis. My jokes are going to be different. Like, that's the fucking.
Snap in a Z formation. Dude. Yeah, like it's definitely it's a different game, but also like the thing is
Yeah,
that
just own
it's
it.
just man, just be
But-
yourself,
and, like,
motherfucker.
part of the fun. That's always my struggles. I always like to go and be like the most like absurd, like hyperbolic version of myself, and then trying to Jesus. There you go again. There you go. Trying to bridge the gap and get the people to meet me in the middle before I can get them to come with me a little farther. And I'm always coming so far. Yesterday I hit 6 meters for the first time.
What does that mean?
Just 6 meters when I came. And so yeah, we did it.
15.
Do you want to
Keep rocking, dude.
Yeah, how do we end the show? I don't know.
I'm hanging out, man.
I'm chilling.
We're good, dude. We can close, man, if we're good. Yeah. No, this was a fun podcast.
We can just chill without cameras and microphones too.
Let's do it, dude. Hey. Thank you for watching the podcast. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging out.
He does.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on.
I appreciate you. You're a great comedian. You're a great funny person.
Oh, shucks.
Which is what I love. I love funny people that don't have you don't have to just be a stand-up, but I think like the sketches and stuff you do are very, very funny.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very good. Please shout yourself out on whatever you want.
Yeah.
Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm at Old Bay Seasoning Official. Very funny. And I follow at Learning the Show on Instagram as well. We got some big announcements that'll be coming soon. So check it out.
Perfect.
Wow.
Thank you for watching the podcast.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
it. Thank you guys for coming on.
Bye-bye.
I drank freaking 9 Miller
You chugged
High
them.
Lifes.
You chugged them you poured them in a solo cup, then chugged them, then smashed them each.
Yeah. There's a lot
It's not
on the ground.
That's fine.
We have a fun time. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you.
You heard him.
The JJ Alexander Show. We're live.